off to Jonathan Taylor. Huge hole. He's at the 30. He's going to go. 10, 5, touchdown. Jonathan Taylor made a man miss the line of scrimmage and then runs it into Pater. A one-handed INT. Are you kidding me? Kenny Moore.
What a play by Nyheim Hines.
Horseshoe is back, baby. The horseshoe is back.
What's going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another Bring the Juice Colts podcast live stream. Today, have a subscriber live stream for you. So again, we did this a few weeks ago when the Colts ended up beating Miami, I believe. So a couple more weeks into the season, and now we have a chance to kind of talk some more football, you know, going into a different set of games here these next few weeks, have a few more chances to see a little bit more Colts football. And, of course, you know, we had a lot more going on, especially this week, some news to break down. So how's it going, everybody? Cody, Derek with you again. Make sure to follow the link down here below. We have it on the banner there. If you want to call in and talk some Colts football with us. Either way, we're still going to talk some more Colts football. But Cody, how you doing, my guy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Good to be back. I know we'll probably touch on the news that's pretty recent here. But overall, man, feeling good until you came in wearing that Andrew Luck jersey and you got me in tears again. But we'll just
I'm sorry, man. I know it's not the easiest thing to have to deal with, but I just didn't have much else to wear, and yeah. I felt like it was nostalgia.
We'll just say it's a DeMichael Harris jersey, and we'll call it even.
Hey, listen, man. I mean, I told you earlier in the week, I told you Sunday night that pass that Carson Wentz threw to T.Y. Hilton again gave me the vibes of Andrew Luck to T.Y. Hilton several times over. You know, it just seemed like that was a play that the Colts ran on the Texans all the time with Andrew Luck. And a lot of time it worked, and it was great to see that. So,
yeah,
you know, I mean, it's great to see.
Yeah, for sure. I was like, you probably getting a little nostalgic there, and you had to wear it today. So,
yeah, absolutely. Feeling good about the Colts. Is Wentz a top 5 quarterback in the AFC right now? I don't know. That's kind of pushing it. He's definitely the best quarterback in the AFC South. That's no question. But, you know, it's one I would say this. Well, I mean, let's think about it. Josh Allen's in the conference, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert. I mean, That's 4 of them right there. So who would be better? Let's think about it. So let's go to the AFC North. We just said Lamar.
I mean, Burrow is up there.
Would probably say Burrow right now.
They're both playing well.
Burrow's playing amazingly. And I would say, honestly, I mean, right now I would say Carson Wentz is a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield. I would say that. Yeah. And so, okay, so that's the AFC North. Then you go to the AFC East. You talk about guys like Josh Allen. We mentioned it. He's better than Tua, better than, obviously, I can't even remember the freaking quarterback for the Patriots.
And Mac Jones, too.
Mac Jones
is playing well, though.
Yeah.
Mac Jones is playing well. So
he is playing well, yeah. But, I mean, I think Carson's still better. You know, I think he's better than pretty much every quarterback in the AFC East except Josh Allen. AFC West, I mean, I just mentioned it, over a fourth of the – I think every quarterback in the AFC West is better than Carson Wentz. I would say even I mean, you got Derek Carr, you got Justin Herbert, you got Patrick Mahomes, and you got Lamar Jackson. So
no, Lamar's in the North. You're thinking the West is Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, West. Shoot. Yeah, I'm sorry. I messed that one up. Yeah, Mahomes, Herbert, and then obviously we got Carr. Oh, yeah, and then the Broncos quarterback. Yeah, I don't –
Teddy. Yeah.
That's Bridgewater, right?
Yeah, nowhere near.
Yeah. No better than that.
No, but
I would say Wentz is probably the 6th best.
Somebody brought up, though, to be fair, in the argument against Burrow, Burrow's already thrown, I think they said 7 picks. So
yeah, I mean, you know, you could say right now Carson Wentz is better. I mean, you know, I just think that, I mean, Burrow's just on a whole nother level. If you made me say that which one I would prefer to have in any game, I would probably say Burrow. But I mean, that's just because I know what Burrow's becoming. But I mean, can't really use the clutch argument right now, man, because right now, I mean, Carson Wentz has been clutch for the Colts this year on a multiple different occasions. So,
yeah.
But either way, yeah, I mean, that's a good argument to have because, yeah, Wentz right now, I think is the 6th best quarterback in the AFC. I mean, that's pretty good given the fact where we thought he was going to be. To say he's a top 6 quarterback of the 16 teams in there, I mean, that's pretty good to hear from that.
And you could make an argument, I think, against like the Derek Carrs and some of those guys that are good quarterbacks, but not necessarily the elite.
Yeah, you could honestly argue that. I mean, look at the kind of threats he has to throw the ball to, and what they had going for him, I mean, I would honestly say that. I mean, he's got a top 3 tight end in the league in Darren Waller. I mean, Wentz doesn't quite have that kind of weapon to throw to. But then again, you talk about it. I mean, the Colts have a top 5 running back in the NFL right now, and Jonathan Taylor to go along with it. So, there's back and forth there, back and forth. But again, guys, for all of you who are tuning in, there are 50 of you in here right now. If you want to talk Colts football with us and you want to talk a little bit about what you've seen so far, and if you just want to have a minute to discuss what's on your mind about the Colts, be sure to follow the link right here on the banner and then use that, and then you can join our stream to talk a little bit of football with us.
I'm going to put it in the chat as well.
All right.
And I'm going to just link it so people know where to go. If possible. Is there? I can't do it apparently. Is there a way that you can just put that at the top there, pin it?
Yeah, I can do it. I can.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Yep.
So yeah, guys, it'll be pinned hopefully at the top here. You guys can follow that link. It might be easier to follow it by following the link there in the
Cognac Yang. I miss Carson Wentz. Stupid Eagles gave him up. Shake my head. Well, it's funny, Cody, because you and I have both talked about Wentz over the last few days, and a couple different things have happened due to the fact that for one, you had a Eagles or Philly media person come at you and say that Carson Wentz was soft, acting like a fan rather than being a sports anchor, which was hilarious. I also came in on that conversation. And then, of course, I had my legendary tweet where I had half the Eagles fan base coming after me, asking them if they had missed Carson Wentz yet. And, a good amount of people said yes. amount of people said no. A lot of people said hell no. So, it's all right in the world. It's all right in the world.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the Philadelphia Eagles without hating all their former players, That's just the kind of fans that a lot of them are, except for our guy RB. It seems like
RB. I know RB's stance on Carson Wentz, and anyone else that wants to know, just ask him. I think you would probably not like his answer because I think he would agree primarily with us right now.
Yeah, him and Gio. Man.
You tell me he wouldn't prefer to have Carson Wentz playing with Nick Sirianni right now. I think he would be, honestly.
Yeah. And I was saying Gio also loves Carson Wentz still. It was great to see him. Great to see him there in Indianapolis on Sunday. Great to see the Colts treat him well. He got to meet, obviously, Carson again. He got to say hi to Coach Reich. He got to, I don't know if you saw it. I think it was earlier today he posted. He caught a pass from Blue and danced.
Yeah, he got to hang out with Blue Saturday night when they got into town. And they did that. Obviously, he was on the field during the game. Got to talk with Darius Leonard, Kenny Moore, and a bunch of the other guys that everybody knows of. He got to do that. Obviously, got to spend time with his family, and and also got to talk with Pat McAfee Sunday night as well. So, I mean, he had a busy schedule this weekend, man. I'm sure he's happy that he got to, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's coming back to Indianapolis for another game at some point this year.
Yeah, well, Gio, if you're ever wanting to come on a Colts podcast, we'd love to have you on, man. Talk about Carson Wentz. We've grown here over the past couple of weeks to really appreciate Carson Wentz. We see why you're such a big fan of him, man. So if you want to come on, talk Carson Wentz, we're all for it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. We definitely need more we need more Carson Wentz stands in here because, we already get enough of the hate.
It's interesting, man, like how it comes around. Like last year with Phillip Rivers, a lot of people were not happy that the Colts got Phillip Rivers, and people started to come around to him. I feel like because of how Wentz has been playing recently, fans are starting to come around to Wentz as well, especially on the Colts side of things. And it's super cool every year to see like fans of those teams they were formerly on come over and be Colts fans. It's really awesome. I love to see that.
Yeah, I heard that a few times from Chargers fans many, many times ago. Real quick. Devin Church with a $10 super chat with 3 hearts. Devin, thank you so very much, man. Devin Church, a great member of the channel, one of the best members of this channel, always supporting us. Thank you, man. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, it is weird to see that. And, for Carson's sake, I did have an Eagles fan hop into my mentions when I mentioned that tweet. And also that tweet has now like 400,000 interactions at this point, which is pretty funny. But like, it's weird because, that person said, oh, this the same Colts fans who were saying this back in February. Like, I was like, I don't see my name on there, but nice try trying to roast us. Roast all Colts fans. I mean, you and I never once said that we hated the trade. You and I were actually on the flip side of a lot of Colts fans when we said we were actually pretty optimistic about it. We felt that with some time and with a chance to learn from Reich once again, that we felt that he could be a decent quarterback. And so far through 6 weeks, he has been an above average quarterback, which we said we needed him to be.
Oh, he's been that and more, man. I mean, so far, like, everybody likes to point to that Tennessee Titans game. And I'm like, okay, like, I'm willing to have grace there because Wentz was clearly not 100%. Like, and I don't know, like every other game, he's had over a 90 quarterback rating pretty much, except the Rams one, I think was 86. But you know what I mean? Like, he's had multiple games this year over 100 quarterback rating. Only one pick this entire game. And it was really kind of a wash pick, It was like Aaron Donald just being Aaron Donald there. And so, yeah, I mean, I think Wentz has been as good, if not better, than Phil Rivers to start the season. I mean, Phil Rivers was really good last year, right? But Wentz has just pushed the ball down the field so much.
Yeah, I mean, Rivers was a lot more efficient than Carson was. But that was to be expected. He was kind of doing a lot more of the dicing of the defense in the short game. But what Carson is already providing you that Rivers wasn't able to do a lot of until the end of the season was the ability to throw the football down the field 20-plus yards and do it accurately. I mean, Carson Wentz is number 1 amongst all quarterbacks in passer rating beyond 20 yards. The best quarterback in the NFL at throwing the ball past 20 yards. Also, best quarterback at throwing outside the numbers. Do you know that one too? Mm-hmm. Like when it comes to being outside those numbers, no quarterback's hitting his receivers better than Carson Wentz. I mean, we're already seeing it. Everyone wants to keep talking about, his DVOA, efficiency rating, blah, 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 blah. Like everybody's trying to be so nitpicky on Carson Wentz. They can't just accept the fact that in a lot of categories, Carson Wentz is doing better than most quarterbacks in the league. I mean, he has one interception. One. Yeah. You know who the best quarterback in the NFL? The best quarterback in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes? You know how many he has this year? 8. He has more interceptions this year than he had all of last season. Like, Patrick Mahomes has not been great this year. He's been good. I mean, he's been good. He's been winning his team games, but he's also not been good. He's not been great. I mean, I would argue right now Carson Wentz is playing better football than what Patrick Mahomes is right now. Obviously, I'm not saying he's better than Patrick Mahomes. We obviously all know that's not true. But right now, who's playing better football? Wentz is playing better football through 6 weeks than what actually Patrick Mahomes is right now. And hell, if he had Patrick Mahomes' weapons right now, his stats would be that would be a whole heck of a lot better. And again, I want to point to this because I knew this was coming. Mahomes has 18 touchdowns. Yeah, you know why? Because they've had to throw the ball so many freaking times this year. You know how many times they've had to throw the football? You know how many games they've been down? They've been down in almost every game. They haven't had time to be able to just go and they've not had time to run the football. They've had no one to run the football. Their best offense is to have the ball in Patrick Mahomes' hands. So no wonder he has 18 touchdowns and on top of the weapons that he has.
Yep, for sure. What I was going to say, and it's what this gentleman or lady, I'm not sure exactly who, but they point this out. Wentz and Brady are the only two quarterbacks tied for number one on turnover-worthy throws. So Wentz has one or below turnover-worthy throws. And the one turnover he has didn't even count. So, yeah. Or the one interception, I should say, he has doesn't even count. So, I mean, that shows you right there. He has been very efficient. And, yeah, you're right. He hasn't had to basically put the team on his back that much recently because the Colts have been able to run the football so effectively. Yeah. I mean, when he did last week, he threw for over 400 yards. So he can if need be, but he just didn't have to, especially on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, he only had to throw the ball 20 times because once that second half got going, I mean, the Colts were able to run the ball, and he really only had to throw a couple passes, and then it was smooth sailing, and, you know, the defense put him in great positions many, many times, and, you know, the Wentz just didn't have to throw it that much because, you know, it ultimately was starting to be controlled towards the end of the game. So, you know, no problems there. You know, I mean, I just hope that we continue to see this team progress with Wentz's value and continue to see this offense do what it's been doing. Again, guys, if you want to join the stream and talk Colts football, I will post it in the chat again. Just be sure to grab onto that link and make sure to follow it, and then you guys can join the stream with us, and you guys can talk some Colts football with us.
Yeah, you can be on here with us and just chill, just hang out for a bit.
Yeah, all the Wentz haters need to shut up and sit in the corner. All that turnover Wentz naming is sounding more really, really stupid now. Yeah, very true. That's true. That's one thing that has surprised me is just how efficient, you know, Carson Wentz has become at what he did. And now, like, I mean, you're starting to see what Carson Wentz is able to do with the football now because I think he's starting to get a lot more confident. On that pass to T.Y. Hilton, that was a 58-yard pass, man. That was a 58-yard pass. He put a lot of muscle into that one, and that ball was pretty. I mean, that ball was pretty.
Yeah. I just had pulled up Carson Wentz's pace right now. I posted it earlier today. Right now, as it stands, he's on pace for nearly 4,400 yards, 26 touchdown passes, only 3 picks, and over 100 quarterback rating. That's kind of where he's at right now. So that's really good, man. That's a really, really nice bounce-back season. It's crazy. Yeah. He's already got 9 passing touchdowns. I think he had like 15 last year or something like that, the whole season.
Yeah.
So he's definitely found himself this year. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's impressive. You would love to see those touchdown numbers go up a little bit. I'd love to see him hit 30-plus touchdowns this year. There's still the chance of that. You know, obviously, he had the one game against Tennessee. That hurt him, and he's really only been getting about 2 touchdowns a game at this point. But I start to see that offense exploding a little more. And again, because of what they're able to do in the run game, like what the Colts are able to do, a lot of times those touchdowns are taken away from Wentz and given to Jonathan Taylor. So that's not a bad thing. Yeah. I just look more at the QB rating. I look at the completion percentage. I look at the interceptions. You know, touchdowns are always a good thing, but touchdowns a lot of times can be misconstrued based on a lot of things. But I look more at the interception number, and obviously one interception, which wasn't even really his fault, fully his fault, through 6 weeks is a very, very encouraging sign from what we want to see from Wentz.
Yeah, and you got to factor in, we talked about this a little bit with Wentz, but like, okay, this dude had only a couple weeks in the offseason and training camp to be with his guys. So basically he was playing catch up the whole time. I kind of look at those first couple weeks a little bit like his preseason, you know, he was still figuring things out with his guys. And now that he's started built that chemistry with them, I do feel like he's going to become better, even better than he's been, just because of that sheer fact that he's really now starting to gain that confidence and that chemistry that if he would have actually not had that injury, I think he might be looking better right now, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, look at Phillip Rivers. How many weeks into the last season did it take Phillip Rivers to finally get it going?
It was a while.
It took like 5-6 weeks. It took 5-6 weeks. They finally figured it out in the Bengals game. And from that point on, we started seeing this offense run at a level that we hadn't seen it. So, it's one of those things, man. Like, we had to give it a little time, and especially now we're starting to see this team slowly starting to get a little more healthy on the offensive side of the ball. Obviously, we just lost Paris Campbell. We'll talk about that here in a second. Yeah. But outside of that, you got T.Y. Hilton back. Your offensive line, most of it's going to come back this week. One of those things, it's like you have to start seeing what this team can do when it's at full capacity. And it's starting to get there. And it's been great that Carson Wentz has been able to do these things even without a fully healthy and ready offense. Yes, Jonathan Taylor busting out at the right time, right? What Jonathan Taylor's been able to do these last 3 games has been phenomenal. That's been the spark that the Colts offense needed. Seeing Michael Pittman doing what he's doing this year. And, Pittman hasn't had a drop yet, I don't think. At least I don't think he had one in the last game. If he hasn't had a drop this year. He's been targeted near 50 times, and he hadn't had a drop yet. So that's great to see. And then you see T.Y. Hilton coming back and doing what he did in just a short period of time. And the tight ends, Mo Alley-Cox, finally getting something going on offense now. And the offensive line, while it still may not be great on a lot of spectrums, it has been pretty good at blocking, run blocking. That's for sure, especially on the left side. While Eric Fisher has not been good at all in pass blocking, he has been really good in run blocking. And, Chris Reed has been phenomenal so far this season. He has done fantastic. And, Kelly run blocking has been okay. That left side of the offensive line has been doing a fantastic job run blocking for Jonathan Taylor. I really am encouraged to see what this team is doing offensively so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And you mentioned the offensive line, now getting them back sort of healthy-ish, sort of, and even not so, like having guys like Chris Reed and Matt Pryor being able to be good and being able to hold their own against these defenders. That's just been the difference, man. That's been a big difference. Yes, they can open up the run lanes, but now they can actually protect Carson Wentz, give him time. We saw on Sunday, man, when you give Carson Wentz, when you give any NFL quarterback time, but especially a quarterback like Carson Wentz, who has that arm, they can make you pay, man. And it showed with 2 50-plus yard bombs from Wentz. If they can continue to protect him the way they have, I definitely think the touchdowns are going to go up. I think he's going to maybe even break that, what he's projected right now, because it did take him a little bit of time to get used to that. Get used to his offense, get some protection. You do wonder, say in that Seahawks game, even that Rams game to a degree, if Wentz was properly protected, could he have, 12 to 15 passing touchdowns right now? I'm not even joking. Seriously. Yeah. And Tennessee too. If he's healthy for that game, I truly believe it's a whole different ball game there. So, that was the big issue, I think, was just the Colts were not helping out Carson Wentz. And when he's getting hit virtually every play, he's going to get injured. Any quarterback's going to get injured. So,
I know. Right.
Yeah, I'm certainly excited for where the Colts are heading. It seems like they're starting to figure it out. And hopefully they get back Quentin Nelson, maybe this week, maybe not, maybe next week. And Braden Smith, who has just, for some reason, just been injured for half the season when he was projected. When they didn't put him on IR, which is really stupid.
Yeah, if you don't, and also, guys, again, we have 100 of you in the stream right now. Thank you guys so much. Make sure to like the stream, guys. Get it out to more people. And again, if you want to join the stream, just follow the link. I'll post it in the chat one more time. We want to hear from you guys. We want to chat with you. If you want to talk about the Colts, anything about the Colts, you be sure to come in and let us know. We want you guys to interact with us. But yeah, the Braden Smith thing has just been absolutely stupid. You place a person on IR because you expect them to miss 3 weeks. Okay, that's just what you fully anticipate. And so the Colts not placing him on IR makes you think, oh, well, he'll probably be back in 3 to 4 weeks. That's fine. Well, guess what? It's now been 5 weeks, and we still are not 100% sure if he's actually going to play week 7. Like, what the hell? Like what's going on here? Like, why can't we get some kind of understanding of how he's progressing? Like, they say, oh, well, you know, he hasn't been progressing the way we like. You know, I mean, he's been a slow healer this whole time. Okay, then do something about it. Like, you should know this. You should be able to understand, like, how the foot is feeling. Like, you know, if it was a severe injury, which if it's kept you out of football for 6 weeks, then yes, it's a severe injury. Then why did it feel the need that we couldn't have just placed him on IR from the beginning? Like, there's an obvious distinction here that it's an obvious distinction between a minor injury, which would have taken you 2 to 3 weeks, versus an injury that has kept you now out for 5 weeks going on 6 weeks. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I personally, I don't understand. It's come to the point, man, with these injuries sometimes where I'm just like, Frank Reich says one thing and I'm just like, I'm not going to believe it till I see it. Like, it's come to that point where, like, it's almost as like he doesn't know. And it's like,
yeah, and that's the thing. It's crazy too. I mean, I just don't know, like, why is it so difficult to know some of these injuries? It just seems like a lot of these teams don't have the same problem. Like, do they have better doctors? Do they have better coaching staff that knows how bad their players are hurt? I don't know. I truly don't know what it is. But let's bring Matt into here real quick. Matt,
hey
what's
guys.
up, man?
Oh, nothing. I was waiting for people to join. Nobody joined. So it's like, you know what? I'm going to join.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
We're still waiting for a couple more people to get in here, but thank you guys again. We still have 100 of you watching. Please join the stream like Matt just did. And of course, yeah, Fuzzy Whistler with the $10 super chat. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all that you do. Go Horse. Amen. Appreciate that. Fuzzy, appreciate that, man. Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Looks like somebody's trying to join in. A couple people are trying to join in here, but we'll see what happens here.
All right. I think I got one that I can see that's connected. Me to add him in here.
Yeah, I'll add him in here real quick. Looks like we got Truett Trussler joining us here right now, guys, real quick. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Truett, how you doing, man?
Okay, doing great. Love the show. What is Braden Smith's? Is it really Braden Smith's health, or just something that he is not comprehending that everybody's ragging on him?
I don't know. That's very interesting because I brought that conversation up the other day, talking about, you know, maybe if he's maybe, I don't know, lying to the Colts medical staff about how bad he is, or if it's more of just the fact that, you know, even he truly doesn't understand how bad he's hurt, or I don't know, but either way, like, the doctors should know these types of things. So I don't know, like, I feel like I put it more on the coaching staff not understanding where he's at versus anything towards Braden. Do you agree with that?
I agree. Thanks, man. Love the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, man. Take care.
Appreciate it.
Good to see you.
Good seeing you.
All right. And so, yeah, again, guys, if you guys want to join in just like Truett did, appreciate you guys joining in. Hopefully you all will join in with us. I see we got a few more people trying to get in. Looks like I have Brandon Smith, who was in the chat here earlier. Let's bring him in. Brandon?
What's up, guys?
Hey, Brandon. How's it going, man?
Oh, it's going good.
It's great, man. So you go ahead, man. You have the floor for a minute here. Well, let's talk a little Colts.
All right. Like, what did you guys think about the Bills? That's the thing that made me mad.
I'll go around the room. I'll wait.
Bro,
That's
I still say The Titans get so freaking lucky. It's insane, actually, how lucky they get.
Dude, I was yelling at the TV, like flipping out at the end of the game. Like, the Bills had it. What do you think their decision was right?
Yes.
I do. It just sucked.
Now, what's more cringeworthy? The fact that the Bills didn't win, or the fact that on First Things First this morning, Chris Broussard said that Taylor Lewan was the left tackle for the Bills, not the Titans. What's more cringeworthy there?
That was rough.
Man. Well, Brandon, how'd you feel about the game Sunday, man? What'd you like? What'd you not like?
Dude, I'm a big JT fan. I love Jonathan Taylor. I'm a Wisconsin fan. So when we drafted him, I was super psyched. But I loved how he passed the ball a lot. Like, I loved that Wentz was just going deep with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's going to open up the run game if we can consistently pass it deep like that. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be beautiful. Instead of, starting with the run like we usually do, I liked how he went deep several times. It was kind of nice.
Yeah, it absolutely was. Seeing Wentz be able to do what he's doing down the field has certainly been a great change of pace for sure. And Brandon, I'll let you get one more thing in here before you hop out. What do you think about the Colts' chances for Sunday night against San Francisco?
I actually want to bet on this game. I've never betted on a game in my life. But I want to go on. I'm gonna find a betting site, and there's no way we're losing this.
No.
I mean, what San Francisco's a 3-point favorite.
Yeah,
I think I saw.
I think so.
There's no way we're gonna lose, especially after Titans winning. There ain't no way we're gonna let this one go.
Yeah, we better not.
Yeah, I feel that. Well, thanks, Brandon, for joining the show. We appreciate it, man.
Thanks, guys.
Take care, man.
All right. Give me 1 second here. We'll bring somebody else in a second. I just have a message real quick.
You're good.
See, I'm trying to upload my Eason video as we speak, and for some reason, YouTube is trying to make it also viewable in 4K. I have no idea why.
Huh.
It's weird. It's never happened to me, but there you go.
Interesting.
That's why it's taking so long. So I was like, it's been an hour. Why is it not processed yet? And it was like, because 4K is probably a factor.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like we got somebody else. Or no, I think we lost them, but that's okay. We'll have more chances here. But again, we still have 100 of you in here right now. Can we hit over 50 likes? I want to see more people come in here. Looks like we do have one more person that's just joined in. Anton. Let's bring him in here. Hello?
Hey, guys.
Hey, Anton. How's it going, man?
It's good, man. First of all, I want to say thank you all for the good content that you put out. And it's nice to be able to follow the Colts even from Europe like I am.
That's awesome.
So it's nice to rep the horseshoe up here in Sweden.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
So I'm curious, what time is it right now over there in Sweden?
Right now it's 11:35 p.m. So it's getting close to bedtime. But I saw that you guys were streaming, and I really wanted to just hop in and say hi and say thanks for all the great content that you guys put out. And it's nice to get even more psyched for the Colts games, thanks to watching you guys every week.
I appreciate that, man. We greatly appreciate it. So, did you happen to see the news on Jacob Eason being waived today?
Oh, I missed that actually. I mean, I'm not surprised really, considering. I mean, it was a shame what happened to him when he got the chance in the fourth quarter. Was it against it was against the Rams or Seahawks?
Yeah, the Rams. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that was very unlucky in my opinion. I mean, he must have been nervous as hell jumping in, kind of unprepared for that. But I mean, to be honest with you, I don't see the need for him right now, especially not when we have Ellinger as well as kind of a third string guy. I feel like, I mean, having 4 quarterbacks, I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but that clearly was at least one too many, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, it just sucks because you're like, man, you feel like he has all that potential, and it's just like,
I mean, yeah, of course, yeah, I agree. Do you guys think he'll be picked up by someone else, or what do you guys think is going to happen?
Yeah, I think the Colts are trying to get him back on the practice squad, so hopefully that happens.
Oh, okay, nice.
We'll see.
Well, I mean, they drafted him, so they clearly saw some potential in him. Let's hope he keeps. Well, if we get him back, let's hope he keeps developing into the quarterback that he could be. And I mean, obviously, we hope that we can keep Wentz now for a lot of years to come. I mean, I'm hyped about him, guys.
Got to protect him, though. You got to protect him.
Oh,
That's
yes,
the big issue here.
The O-line needs to do better, man. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of scared, especially considering his injury history. And I mean, reading on social media what all the Eagles fans were saying about him being made of glass and all that. I don't know about that, but if we don't protect him well enough, then who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. We're going to get Anton out here. We got one more person, but Cody,
it's nice chatting with you guys.
One more thing you want to tell him or ask him?
Yeah, no, I just was curious your thoughts on, just the game on Sunday and, what you saw from Carson Wentz that made you excited in this Colts offense moving forward. Now, a stretch that's very winnable for the Colts, and certainly they need some wins right now, sitting at 2-4, trying to catch up to the Titans right now.
I mean, for sure. And I liked the fact that Wentz could go deep. I mean, that one TD that he got to Paris for, was it 52 yards, I think, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was a great throw. That was vintage Wentz all the way, man. I mean, I saw that NFL uploaded a clip about that. I don't know. Did you guys see it? I think their title was 2017 Wentz. Is that you?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty good title. And I mean, also, as long as we keep feeding JT the ball, man. I mean, but obviously we need to mix it up because Pittman has been great as well, in my opinion. I mean, it's going to be good now that TY is back too. It's another deep threat there. I think it's going to be good. I'm really looking forward to the game on Sunday against 49ers. That's, in my opinion, a very, very winnable game for us.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Anton, I appreciate you coming on here, man. I know it's 11:30 over there. We'll let you get your sleep, man, but we greatly appreciate you joining us.
I appreciate you guys for having me, and thanks again for all the great content.
Yep, absolutely. See you, man. Man, I don't know about y'all, but I could listen to his voice for a long time. That was a great accent. I love that accent. That's pretty funny. It, bro. I gotta text my girl here for a second. Do you guys want to invite the next person and have a conversation for a second?
And he shows us. Oh, nice. I love it, man. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing well, man. Excited that the Colts finally got back on track a little bit. So, how did you feel about Sunday?
I liked it. I think Carson Wentz played a pretty good game. I liked his mobility to throw the ball. I think he had a 2017-like game.
Yeah, I mean, certainly. It's nice, man, to know that the Colts can actually run the ball at will now a little bit and also protect Carson. I know that was a big thing they struggled with. What have you seen and how have you liked how the Colts have been able to do those two things the last few weeks especially?
I've liked it a lot. I feel like Wentz has been doing pretty good, and I'm really hoping we can get Braden Smith back eventually. Hope his rehab's going well, and I really hope that we can keep on winning and doing good.
Yeah. How are you feeling about this Sunday night game against the Niners? You think it's a winnable game for the Colts? And how do you think they might do against the team?
I think it's winnable because Garoppolo's out and Lance is in, and he's still a rookie, and he's still going through, the rookie process.
Okay. Awesome. Yep. Matt, did you have any questions here for our friend? Oh, I think Matt is muted or something.
Is he muted?
Yeah, I forgot. I pushed the button on the mic because dogs were freaking out. I gotta actually run my dog upstairs real quick. I'll be back. But try to think of a question real quick. I guess what are your thoughts on the whole Jacob Eason situation? Since they announced that he's officially waived.
I love Eason. Jacob was my guy coming out of the 2020 NFL draft. I really like his arm mobility and his capacity to throw the ball. I think he has a really good arm, kind of like Wentz, but I think it's a little better, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, definitely. And it's like he has just unteachable talent. You know, that's how I viewed him. It's just like, to me, and I actually have the video going out later today, he had to have done something behind the scenes, I think. Because you don't go from, like, you know, the backup all the way to quarterback number 4 unless something happened. But, all right, guys, I'll be right back. I got to run my dog upstairs because my other dog, I guess, is getting upset with him. So
that's all good. We're going to hop into the next person here as well. So thank you, man, for joining us. We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
Let's go ahead and get our next person in here.
Mike, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, not a whole lot, you know. Just enjoying the win right now and excited. Another opportunity, man, to go 1-0 this week.
Yeah, you know that's what matters. Is I remember it was a couple years ago when they were like under 500 and it was just 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, and then you know they came back and made the playoffs and. So I mean the Titans victory really was devastating, but it's still early. We're still real early in the season, and they're coming around. And Carson Wentz is looking better by the week. So it's definitely a lot of hope.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, what this team's able to do, we're starting to get a little bit of a glimpse of it. We've talked so much about the offense, and you know that's probably been the. That's been the big storyline, Carson Wentz and everything. How do you feel about what the defense has been doing? Obviously, it's not been great, and it's obviously has a lot of its issues. But I would also say that, you know, again, what we've seen the last few weeks in stretches has been good. It does leave you with some kind of optimism. How do you feel about the defense and what they've been doing?
It's really tricky. I think it's the defensive backs. I mean, Xavier Rhodes has made, I think, a big difference because he wasn't in the first couple of weeks. And him healthy has changed the defense a little bit. It's made it better, you know, as much as it probably could be. But when you have like Rock Yassin and you have all these other guys that are just fillers, and we saw how bad it was against the Ravens when they basically had third-string backups going and Lamar Jackson was having a field day against him. That really was a big loss. But they have great linebackers, Okereke, of course, Darius Leonard, and those guys are really, really good. But our secondary, outside of our safeties, I love Julian Blackman. I think that guy is just an amazing stud. And then, of course, you have Kari Wills and I'm thinking, who was the other sorry, I'm losing it. Who's the other guy? Like, I can't think of it right now. But he's a really good corner too. Why can't I?
Kenny Moore.
Thank you. Thank God. Yes. I don't know why I couldn't think of him.
It's all good.
Yeah, I mean, talking about underrated, I don't think there's a corner that's more underrated than Kenny Moore is.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Especially when we talk about open field tackling, what he really prides himself in is being able to do something like that, and obviously had 10 tackles in that game. So it really goes to show you he can do a lot. So one last question we'll give you before we hop out here. What about the Colts pass rush? What do you think needs to be done there to try and get more of it? I mean, is this just what we're going to deal with all season, or is there something that we can do to fix it?
I think a big difference is going to become with what Kwity Paye can do. He's going to be a big part of that. I like his future. He looks like someone that will definitely delve and be a star in this league. He just needs to stay healthy. And unfortunately, he missed a couple weeks. But with Kwity Paye and their second-round draft choice, I can't remember his name. Sorry,
Dayo Odangbo.
Yep. Thank you. He's hopefully, he'll be out for the season, but hopefully, coming next year, he'll be great. I know you guys have guests and stuff, and got to leave, but real quick, I really wanted to get your guys' opinion on what we should do with Chris Reed, who's just been fantastic.
He's been fantastic, man. He's been fantastic. I mean, a lot of people have made that argument of, what should we do with him? Because when Quentin Nelson comes back, you don't want to just take him out completely. Right. I mean, I think they should keep him at left guard and then put Nelson at left tackle. And or Cody, I mean, what did you say?
Yeah, I was going to say move him to right guard because Glowinski, everybody says he's been fine, but he's allowed, he's one of the top offensive linemen in sacks allowed. So, I mean, I'm personally I don't want Chris Reed to come off the field. Yeah. And I think Lewinsky can be a nice backup for you, honestly. Yes. And I know that's maybe not popular, but people are crapping on Eric Fisher. He hasn't looked great so far, but I just feel like his potential is so much higher than Mark Glowinski's right now, which is why I'd be more inclined to go right guard Chris Reed, because he is one of the best offensive linemen in the interior. If you pair that with Quentin Nelson, who is the best offensive interior lineman, I mean, your offensive line was already good. I feel like if you get him and Braden Smith back, I mean, this could be one of, if not the best offensive lines when they all get back healthy. So that's my argument for it, at least.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Mike, thank you for joining, man. We greatly appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for having me on, guys. Talk to you guys soon.
Absolutely. See ya.
Jeez. Oh, hold on a second.
Woo,
of course. Ghosty. Holy crap, there's a lot of people that just joined in. Okay, well, we'll get to everybody here in a minute, I promise. But yeah, this is the girl that I was talking to. Of course, she has to say go Steelers. I'm converting her to a Colts fan in secret, okay, Cody? I promise. All right.
Sure.
She's gonna be a keeper, I promise you. She'll like it. That's the girl I was talking to.
Oh boy. Okay.
Don't worry. I'll make sure she converts. No problem.
All right.
All right, hold on. So we got Matt here and we got JDW. I want to bring on just one more person here, JDW. We know you. We've talked with you a lot. We'll make sure to keep you around. But I want to make sure I get to everybody else here because we just randomly got 4 people hop in all at once. We'll go ahead and do this real quickly. Skylar's the first one to join in. Skylar, hello.
How you guys doing today?
Good. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good.
Just getting off man. So what'd you think of the Colts Sunday?
I thought it was big time. Carson Wentz showed up. Running game showed up. Now, he only had 20 passes.
Yeah.
I think he completed 11 of them, but a couple of those were drops. But, I mean, the big plays, what this offense has been missing since Andrew Luck. And, I think if we keep at it, Dan Orlovsky said during training camp, one thing that stuck with me is this team in November and December is going to be a lot different than September and October. And I think it's bearing out.
Yeah. Skylar, what do you think? I'm curious. What do you think of how the Colts have been able to – you talk about running the football, but just protecting Carson Wentz in general. How do you think that's translated now to helping this offense really explode the last couple weeks?
I mean, I think it's, very important, obviously. If they wasn't protecting good these last couple weeks, I don't think any of them plays would have happened. I don't know what happened the first 3 weeks or so, but I know we've been banged up a little here and there, but I mean the offensive line was just garbage. And Frank Reich kept trying to say it wasn't all on them, but when I went back and watched it, I mean most of it was on them. And Carson, for the most part, I went to the Rams game, and kind of funny that where I was seated at, everybody, as soon as Carson hiked it, there's a huge count going on. 1, 2, throw the ball, throw. And for the most part, he was throwing the ball 3 seconds. But even that wasn't quick enough. Aaron Donald and them, obviously, but they were getting pressure in 1.5, 2 seconds, half the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we'll move on here to another time. Another person coming up, but Skylar, thanks again, man, for hopping in here.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Let's try and get one more person in here. We got a couple more people waiting, but we will get to everybody. We got Juan Romo in here. Juan, can you hear me?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, how's it going, man? How you feeling?
I'm all right. I'm all right after that Bills game, man.
The Bills game again. Oh my gosh. Here we go again.
That hurt me, man.
That was rough.
It's rough, man. Nothing ever goes right for the Colts. Right. That's just how it has to be, man. Every time we pray for a team to win, we can't even pray for our own team to win, let alone another team that's supposed to beat the team they're facing, and then they just can't do it. Oh my gosh. But hey, man, so what's your thoughts on the Colts right now, man? 2-4, just came off a big win. What's your thoughts on them right now?
I feel like the record isn't like we're better than what the record shows. Like, I know that for sure. We we played a couple of playoff teams that I know that they will make the playoffs. So like the Ravens, I know we could have beat them. I know that for sure. And then I know we're better than the Chargers because they had nothing for the Ravens. They only put up 6 points.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that just shows you, man, how well Carson Wentz is playing. That he's able to do that against the Ravens team that just shut down Herbert. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I honestly believe that Wentz is a top 5 quarterback in the AFC. I honestly do believe that.
He's definitely playing like one, very close to it. I mean, no question about it. One more question here for you, Juan, before we hop into another thing here. So, Darius Leonard, even though defense hasn't been doing great, Darius Leonard has been a bright spot for this team over the last few weeks, making several turnovers, and obviously had a very impressive game last week. How do you feel about the Maniac? And I lost him. I think I just lost him. Well, shoot, that kind of sucks. Oh well. I think I got one more person in here though. We'll see if he's ready. I don't know. Hold on a second. I think I lost JDW's camera too.
Yeah, his camera went out.
Everybody's leaving.
Everybody left me.
Mine because I forgot to put my camera on. I forgot to hook up my camera and stuff.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, okay.
Let's bring Juan back in here. I think he also real quick, John Nichols, thank you for the super sticker, the $5 super sticker. Greatly appreciate it. Let's give Juan one more chance to respond here. I think I got him back. Juan, what's up, man? So I don't know if you heard my question all the way through or not.
Nah, it was about Darius Leonard, but I didn't hear the rest of it.
Yeah, how you feel about what Darius has been doing as of recently with all the forced turnovers and everything else that's been going on for him?
He's been making he's not even 100%, and he's still out there balling. I mean, it's really inspiring to the rest of the defensive players for them to step up. I really want the D line to step up. I know DeForest Buckner, he can take it to the next level. I know he's better than 2 sacks. I know he's been getting double teams, but I know that he can step up. And the rest of the guys, when they get their one-on-ones, they gotta beat them. They gotta show that they can beat them because our cornerbacks.
Oop, lost him again. That's all right.
Hold on.
I think I got Samster here waiting. 1 second here.
What's up,
hello,
boys?
How's it going, Sam?
Nothing much, guys. Just got out of work, so sorry I'm not in all Colts gear like literally everybody else here in the call right now. I feel a little bit out of place.
That now that I look at it,
just a tad bit.
Matt in there, and then JDW with the blue, and Cody with that. I just decided to throw this on. I don't know why, but I did. So
you know what? My jersey's somewhere here in the room. Celebrated a little too hard the past day and a half or so. So it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. So, what do you think, man? What do you think about what the Colts have been showing as of the last few weeks?
So admittedly, we should have beaten the Rams. The Seahawks, I mean, we're notorious for losing week 1. So I'm at the point in my life where I just write off week 1 as an L no matter who we play. Because apparently for the past 9 years or so, week 1 wins next to impossible. Like Paris Campbell staying healthy, but besides the point. One of the things that stood out for me, surprisingly, was the Jacob Eason release. I have my own conspiracy theory about that if you guys want to hear it.
Yeah, sure.
Go for it.
So if any of you guys remember, I read it somewhere, but I've never been able to truly verify whether it's real and true or not. But one of the biggest knocks on Jacob Eason coming out of Washington was his work ethic. I don't remember where I read that, but I know for a fact Reich and Ballard wouldn't just randomly cut a guy unless there's a good reason for it. Because he wasn't injured or he didn't have like some kind of serious like injury to him to where they would have to put him on IR or release him. So that tells me that from a conspiracy theory standpoint, I also lost my tin hat, so take that for what you will. But I think that either after him being benched and inactive came right after the Rams game. So I think either this kid just said, I just got embarrassed on national television on my first pass in the NFL. Because let's not remember, like, we hyped this kid up all through training camp. Like, Carson can't play. Like, here's Jacob Eason season, baby. And we all know that, like, NFL players react to media and they listen to what we have to say. So I think out of like just killing this kid's drive that we as a fan base hyped him up for this entire time, literally would get picked off on his first pass by one of the greatest corners in the game right now, as much as we hate to admit it. So I think the kid just basically lost all confidence in himself, and going back to what I said about the horrible work ethic, I think he just quit on himself entirely.
Yeah, that is an option I have not really considered. I never thought of it that way, and I'm amazed that I haven't. It's true. Like, how does a guy go from, being the bona fide backup to all of a sudden now being replaced in the midst of the entire roster in just a few weeks? I mean, you're right. Something had to drop there. And I'm surprised. Yeah, you brought up a good point. I haven't really considered that. I mean, Matt, do you agree with that? Cody, I'm going to be back. I'm going to get some food real quick. But Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with that. That's what I was saying earlier, too. It's like, you can't just go from being the backup to now being quarterback number 4 on the team, because Brett Hundley got cut and then he made the practice squad. And then now they're saying, oh, he's, the backup because of experience. He didn't have a whole lot of experience anyway. That was good. So it had to be because there was something behind the scenes, and it makes sense. It's work ethic where he just stopped working.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ballard or Reich pulled Eason in and like talked to him about the game. And going back to the work ethic thing, I wouldn't be surprised if like that conversation like went south and turned pretty sour, because one of Ballard and Reich's like founding principles for like signing players and drafting them is work ethic. Like, are you willing to compete? Like, they were happy when Andrew Luck retired because like they knew from a respect standpoint that he couldn't like mentally put in the work, because there's a difference between mental work and physical work. And Andrew Luck hung up the hat and said, like, I can't mentally do it anymore. And they respect him for it and gladly let him go. So to see that a kid that we drafted, I believe it was 2018, the 4th round, who had no injury history, throwing one interception on his first NFL pass to Jalen Ramsey, which was a horrible throw. And I'm surprised we didn't just go all run that entire drive just to end the game, kick, and just be done with it all. To getting benched and basically replaced on the depth chart wise from a rookie kid in the 8th round who's coming off of IR now.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like I said before, the work ethic thing came in to play and said, yeah, just heck with this, I'm done. Like, just done. Because, like, we still have people like Julian Davenport and Sam Tevy like playing to an
Yeah.
extent, which I think is more telling that we let an uninjured player go over guys that like either are injured or have no business being in the NFL. Because let's be honest, who's really rooting for Julian Davenport and Sam Tevy in the fan base? Nobody.
Right. And that's why it's either work ethic or he just said something, or maybe he was, talking with Frank Reich and Chris Ballard and he just kind of went off and it's like, oh, you're, going to have Brett Hundley be the backup instead of me. Well, that's dumb and whatnot. And then they were probably like, well, he's done. So
Yeah,
it had to be something.
It makes no sense unless like we're overanalyzing it. It's just like comes down to the fact that Ellinger and Eason were comparable in preseason, and Brett Hundley as like a veteran backup.
Right.
Like but I'm more inclined to believe that they let him go for like work ethic, or some conversations that were privately held turned very sour, and they're like, "Yeah, this is done."
Right.
Which makes me ask, like, what's going on with Mike Strawn at the moment? Because the dude balled in week 1 and like all preseason. So like, why isn't he in some of our packages not getting touches?
Right. I think he was inactive this week because of TY, and then I think they just have more confidence, or they had more confidence in Paris Campbell and Michael Pittman, and then Zach Pascal is normally super reliable, so that's probably they didn't use Michael Strawn very often. But with Paris Campbell not coming back for a long time, or for the year, I could see them maybe putting Michael Strawn in some situations.
Yeah.
But I just think it's a matter of, they have more faith in some of the other guys. And, Chris Ballard seems to be the type of guy where it's like, we're not going to play the rookie receiver a whole lot. We're going to let him learn the system, unless it was like Michael Pittman. And then his second year, he'd be used more often. Because I think that's what they did with Paris Campbell at first. And then when he came in, he got hurt. I believe.
No, I just think it's really telling because, like, even still with that, it's like going back to Reich's press conference after the game. It's like, yeah, he held conversations with like Ashton Doolin, Kiki Kuti.
Yeah,
the vein of the Colts experience, because nobody knows how to guard that guy when we play the Texans apparently either.
Yeah.
But like, it's very telling that, like, if I remember correctly, I don't see Mike Strawn's name being brought up. So unless what you said that he's like trying to learn the playbook still, it's like, why not put him in as well? Let at least him get the reps.
Right. I think towards the end of the year, he'll play more. It's just I think right now they're letting the other guys play.
Yeah, Matt. I got one more person in here that wants to join in. Samster, appreciate you, man, having a conversation with us.
Yeah, it's been fun, boys. Take it easy. Have a good night.
Thank you too. All right, let's get. Looks like we have Nolan joining us. Nolan, can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Yep, yes, we can hear you. How's it going, man?
Pretty good. A little bummed still about the Ravens game because we definitely should have won that game. I just think we need to be more aggressive. But what do you guys want to talk about? I love talking about Jonathan Taylor.
Hey, we can talk about Jonathan Taylor. I mean, talk about the last 3 games that he's has had over 450 yards, all-purpose yards in those last 3 games, has 5 touchdowns. I mean, Jonathan Taylor is coming on at the right time. It took a couple weeks, but, he's riding high right now, still one of the better running backs in the NFL at the moment. I mean, is that what this offense really needs to have in order to be able to keep it going the way it is?
Absolutely. He's our workhorse. We need to get more screens to him. When he runs down the field on a screen, he reminds me of the vision that Alvin Kamara has, just knowing when to stop, when to go. He also has great balance. He knows how to get tackled. If you see him, we were up, against Miami. We ran the ball with him a lot, and I'm kind of scared because we're up. It's in the 4th quarter. We're running with Jonathan Taylor. I'm like, oh my gosh, if he tweaks an ankle, I'm going to, blow my wig, right? So, but you see him, he just goes down, he falls. He's perfect at that. And he's what we really need this season.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I wanted to talk about, because we were just talking about it a little bit, with the Paris Campbell injury, obviously sucks. He's on IR now. Who do you think, in your mind, the Colts should bring up or maybe play more to kind of help to offset that a little bit?
Desmond Patman. Am I correct? We still have
Is he
him.
still on IR?
I don't think he's been
he's still on
activated.
IR right now. Yeah.
Okay, I must have missed that news. That's unfortunate. Go back in time and get Sammy Watkins, or go back in time and get Julio Jones.
Yeah, seriously. I am interested in Kiki QT. I just want to see him, because he killed us, like they said, for so long.
Right.
Yeah, and I just feel there's always somebody out there who's unknown that is in free agency that you can find. I mean, there's so many players from college that are just waiting in the wings, so maybe we can find somebody from there. But I mean, look, Carson Wentz, I think he was like 90% last week. He's going to be 100% next week, and there's no stopping him. No matter, I think, who he has out there. I think he can just throw to, I mean, Mo Alley Cox, just throw to him all day. I mean, he's a big target. Just go send him out there and throw the ball. And then I loved your reaction on the Moss and that Pittman did in that game. That was hilarious. Hey, Mossed him that you did. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yes, the real Mr. Colt. Yes, it is a Capri Sun. Don't judge me.
No judgment,
I love those two.
Hey, I might be 24 years old, bro, but I never forget what these things used to be like when you were 10 years old.
Oh yeah.
Well, thanks for all the videos and the live streams. It's really fun, and keep making Colts content. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hey, absolutely, Nolan. Thank you very much.
Thank
you guys.
See ya.
Well, JDW, I haven't really had a chance to say hi to you yet. How's it going?
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. It still kind of hurts to talk a little bit from that chip. So.
Oh yeah.
What happened,
chip, dude? That chip. Goodness gracious, that was terrible. That was terrible. I think you were there, Matt, right?
Yeah, I was in the comments. I'm just confused as to why you would do that to yourself.
What happened? I don't even know what happened. I'm confused.
He took it. He ate the world's hottest chip.
Oh,
yeah. Like I look. I love myself.
No, I didn't watch it when it was live, but I rewatched it, and I rewatched it, and oh my gosh. It took you a couple minutes, but man, that chip looked like it was killing you. How much did you chug? You said you did like a half gallon of milk and like a whole bunch of ice cream.
Yeah, a whole tub of ice cream.
I'm watching it right now.
Oh,
I gotta see this. I haven't seen it yet.
Skip to like 10 minutes in the video or the stream. It's like
Oh my
over
gosh,
10 minutes in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't watch it all.
Yeah, you gotta go like almost halfway in to start seeing the pain and suffering.
I just turned to it, and your eyes are closed, scrunched in pain. So it's a good start, I think.
I'm not trying to laugh at your pain, bro, but that was kind of funny.
No, I know. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking up here.
Yeah.
Colors are skull and crossbones on the thing. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. I had a hard time talking for a few days. It kind of sucked at school for 2 days, but
yeah,
my mouth is still kind of like hurting, and I have no taste. Everything I eat tastes like a chip.
Nice.
It's a rough time, but
oh my goodness.
But that's enough of that. So, what do you guys think of the Colts football so far? Jacob Eason, I thought that was crazy.
Yeah, it's like I expected it.
I cannot wait to go on Twitter tonight and just see so many people complaining. Why did Chris Ballard cut Jacob Eason? Chris Ballard absolutely sucks. I can't wait to go on Twitter and see that tonight.
You know it's there. You know it's there.
It's definitely. It wasn't surprising.
Yeah,
that it happened at the end of the day. I mean, Derek pointed out to me when we were getting ready to do our pregame stream for the Ravens game, and he said that Jacob Eason wasn't even in Baltimore. It's like Sam Ellinger was there and Brett Hundley was there, but not Jacob Eason. So as soon as he told me that, I was like, yeah, he's done. Like he's not coming back.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
it's so crazy how it just went from like 0 to 100, just like back up, boom,
Yeah.
fourth string. What in the world?
It's like, he goes from backup, and it's like, if Frank Ballard says, we have full trust in Jacob Eason that if we need him to go in, he can win the game for us. And then now he's gone. It's like, like I said, there had to be something behind the scenes, whether it's work ethic, or he said something, or he was just being
something
a
that
Ben Simmons,
Yeah,
yeah,
that too. But yeah, Cody, I know that I saw that video about you complaining about Frank Reich and the coaching staff. I completely agree, but if we get rid of Frank, say we end up doing that.
Yeah.
What do we do with Carson? How does Carson feel about that?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I think recently my issue hasn't been with the play calling. I just said it falls on the head coach. So I do think the first domino to fall would be probably like Eberflus or something, for Frank Reich. But yeah, that's a good question. I think they're very much tied to the hip. So would you be starting over?
Hey, chat.
Right.
Real quick. I know this is not Colts related, but I'll just ask chat. Hey, chat.
You
guys want to watch me take a shot on live here in a second? I got a shot glass. If everybody else wants to join in with me,
I'll join you. I got my little Colts season ticket cup. I don't have alcohol, but I do have Pepsi. I'll take a shot of Pepsi. I think that would be wonderful. So
I might have a Gatorade. I can't, know.
Yeah, true. You can't drink. No, it's like I don't know. Wait, you're not in college, JDW?
I know it's not happening. I'm not into the Gatorade. I'm just good chilling, dude. The other day, I replied to a T.Y. Hilton tweet. He liked the tweet, and I was going crazy for days.
I saw that.
Days.
That's awesome.
It was
no,
cool.
I haven't had Ty like anything that I put out, which I hope happens one day. But I did have like a little back and forth thing with Braden Smith. It's talking about a movie, and I was like, "Oh, haven't seen it." It's like, "Yeah, it's good." It's like, "Okay, I'll check it out."
Oh, that's cool.
That was fun.
That's cool.
So,
cool.
that was pretty.
Got
cool.
some of this.
Oh, there you go.
And of course, the Colts shot glass to go along with it.
Of course.
All right, to you boys. To some.
It's just you two.
And of course, my girl's saying I'm at work, so I'll take a shot of water. All right.
There you go.
Appreciate it. Hey, anything works, man. Anything works.
How about Cody?
If I can actually get this thing open. There we go.
I don't.
What's the awes about?
I don't have anything with me. That's the thing.
Here.
I'll be back.
Use my I'll use my cup I got at the unfortunate defeat of Notre Dame.
Yes. I
still.
love still trashing you about that.
Look, I'll be at the North Carolina game. We should get a W there, so
hopefully.
We should. Hopefully.
I know you're going to 100% agree with me, but Iowa was ranked way too high for way too long.
Wait, who?
Iowa.
Oh.
Yeah, they were. They were too highly ranked. Their defense is great, but their offense is trash.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I think this needs to go on the wall. Go on the wall.
Emily Brandon's just saying cheers to all of us and to you as well because I mentioned you. So,
but yeah, Derek, I agree with you. That dude's accent is amazing.
It was amazing. I liked it. Where's Cody? Oh, there he is.
There he is.
There he is. I speak on cue. Everybody got a drink of something?
I got.
What? I got some Gatorade.
All right, here we go, boys. Cheers to you guys, to Colts and more wins.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
Woo, I love that. Love salted caramel whiskey, bro.
Nice.
Love it.
Oh man. Ooh. So, what else has been up with you guys?
Oh, nothing much, man. Yeah. I'm still kind of pissed off that Paris Campbell's not going to play for an extended period of time.
That freaking sucks. All these injuries he goes through, he comes back and, he's had a few big catches these few weeks, and then he finally
I know. It sucks, too.
That's the plan.
One play he makes all game, and somebody lands on his foot, and then it happens to break it. Come on, man.
Yeah.
How stupid is that? My gosh.
Yeah, and then the Braden Smith thing, and Quentin Nelson, kind of with Quentin Nelson as well. Braden Smith has been out since week 1. He hasn't played since then.
Yeah.
Put him on IR if it's something serious or not, And then Quentin Nelson, during that Rams game, I think it was, he's got hurt, right? Mm-hmm. So they're like, oh, it's not going to be serious injury. It's going to be fine. Later that week, 2 or 3 days before the game, he's also on IR. There's got to be something going on with the doctors because, as you guys said, none of this happens with any other team.
No.
It always seems we have some miscommunications with injuries or just something stupid that shouldn't be happening.
Right. It's like
You know, they're on a professional football.
Can you run a 4-3? Can you run a 4-3? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
I need somebody to run a 4-3 for me.
Yeah.
If someone, I mean, if I eat that chip again, I might be able to.
So
I seriously want to see Kiki QT like really badly.
Me too.
Like
I'd like to
he's
see him.
fast, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's fast, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to see him. Because with Ty, you know, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Ty, but as we know, he's not as fast as he used to be. So, you know, besides Ty, who is really that speed guy?
Yeah. Derek, what'd you say Paris Campbell ran?
He ran a 4.31 at the combine.
All right, so Kiki QT ran a 4.43.
I mean, look, there is a huge difference. There's a huge difference between just fast and game fast. There's a difference. There's a huge difference. Okay. Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams, you know, guys like that, DeAndre Hopkins. None of them have burn away speed. Yeah, like none of them have burn away speed. Right. They never beat guys up top. But what do they do that's better than everyone else? They can run a route that will leave defenders in the dust, no matter what defenders try to do. So, you know, that's what you got to get somebody to be able to do. You know, we know Hilton can find his space in the zone. Michael Pittman seems to be getting more and more acclimated with Carson Wentz by the week, it feels like. Yeah. And we know Mo Alley Cox can go up and just get it. There's nothing more you need him to do than to just go up and get it, right? So you're right. We need somebody else to be able to continue to keep doing that. Pascal's a nice touch. Pascal has good feet. He can make a couple plays for you here and there. But yeah, you're right. We really don't have – I mean, that's what sucks is that Campbell's not going to be there anymore because now you miss the guy that could take the top off a defense. He did it once. He did it early in the game, and then that was it. I mean, it's like, you know, it sucks that had to be
all play is a play that he scores a touchdown on. That's the play he gets hurt.
I know, right?
Yeah. That's why I have a feeling that Doolin is playing a lot more now.
Yeah, but
because he has that speed and he's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd love to see us bring up a guy like QT or something because
we
need another speed guy. Like I said, we love Hilton, but I don't know if he's that fast as he was. You know, he's not.
Mm-hmm.
So we need someone that we know that can take the top of a defense.
True. Yeah, I would bring in QT in. I would try the Michael Harris a little more.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and I noticed they finally started to get Kylan Granson involved a little more. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I don't know why they really haven't. I thought they was going to use him a lot more this season. They just
me as well.
It's weird.
Yeah. The dude's like faster too. You can line him up anywhere. You know, and that actually brings me to another thing about Paris. You know, he is such a mismatch nightmare. The height, the speed. How many guys are 6'1" and run that fast? Not many.
Yeah,
very true.
That is definitely true. Yeah. Let's see, but I don't know. We'll find out as it goes by. I think either way they're going to have to either draft a receiver or probably go after somebody in free agency.
I would not mind them actually going and getting one. I don't mind it. They never do. It's just like, you know, it's one of those things where it's just like, it's just one of those things. I just don't know. Like, you need to be able to get somebody that can take that next step. I mean, I know because Hilton is going to maybe be gone after this year.
I know
Pascal's in free agency, and you know damn well he's going to ask for some money after this year because of the numbers he's putting up. And, you know, with Campbell being hurt consistently, you don't know if you're going to get it or not. So and obviously we have another Campbell right here, but either way, it's just like, you know, we need to find somebody that can do that, you know? Right. And I know everyone says David Bell. Everyone keeps talking about it. I don't want to draft one. And especially with if we know that we're probably not going to be picking in the first round this year, we're not going to get David Bell. So, you know, like we need to get somebody in free agency and start spending some of that money.
Yeah.
Even though I know we have almost none.
Right. True. It's like just get Nelson figured out. Then after that, get somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At least, it doesn't have to be a big name or anything like that, but get somebody who's solid, who can step in and do what Paris does, and have him there just in case Paris Campbell goes down.
Yeah, like the same thing I say in every single game preview. If we put like a full game together, full 4 quarters, we're gonna win some games.
Yeah.
But if we don't put a full 4 quarters on the field, against a Lamar Jackson, as we saw, I said that was exactly going to happen if the defense went away for a quarter or the offense or whatever. Patrick Mahomes can put up 28 in 1 quarter.
Yeah.
It's just that kind of league anymore. You got to play all 4 quarters if you want to be an elite team, and we got to figure that out. And I was actually happy to see Frank Reich and this Colts team be prepared for the Texans on Sunday, because we came out and beat a team that we should have, and we did it very soundly, and that was really promising to see.
Yeah. Lone Revolver won with the $5 super chat trade for Brandon Cooks. Well, first off, thank you for the $5 super chat.
I wouldn't mind.
I mean, he's looking good this year, man.
Bring him in.
He's staying healthy. I mean, that's the difference here this year is he's actually playing healthy. We'll have to see how that goes. We're gonna have to see how that goes later on. But Brandon Cooks, if he stays freaking healthy, then But the only issue you're gonna have is the fact that if he does stay healthy again this year, and it'd be the first time in a long, long time that he has been healthy, then his price is gonna start skyrocketing. That's the issue.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
And then that's another thing. Quentin Nelson's contract is going to be coming up soon. And I don't remember if it was Derek or Cody. I know it was one of you two, but one of you guys were talking about Chris Reed staying, and I 100% agree. I like Glow, but I think Glow's getting a little older now, right? He's past his 30s.
He's 30. He's 30.
He's 30.
I'm about the same age as Chris Reed, but obviously the difference between the difference in the talent between those two is very evident. So
I was surprised we got Chris Reed for what we did in
I know that's the best move of Ballard's whole offseason was getting Chris Reed. That's the best one. I mean, really, it is, and I mean, it's not. There's not even really a close second. I mean, just what he's been able to do. I mean,
I don't agree with that at all.
Okay.
I think you forgot about Carson Wentz, and I don't know why you did.
Hey, listen, man. Listen. Of course, we're going to talk about Carson Wentz in that category, but we're talking about all the rest of the other moves here. Okay, we're talking about everything else. Okay, we're talking about Chris Reed. We're talking about guys that were re-signed and everything else that came into fruition here. Okay, and obviously, outside of the big trade, Chris Reed was the biggest one that has been made throughout the whole offseason, and he's our backup. And like Cody said, he needs to stay on the field. With the way he's playing, he cannot go off the field. He is our best offensive lineman right now, and he needs to stay on the field. Doesn't matter if Big Q comes back. You have 2 spots that could be filled with the Chris Reed in that spot, and they need him to be in there.
Now that you said that, he's going to be hurt for the rest of the season, Derek.
Shut up, JDW.
Don't say that.
Shut up.
Let's not bring these bad vibes into this.
Don't bring me the bad
only
motos.
Positive. We only want positive. This can be the best offensive line in NFL history when Quentin Nelson returns.
I mean, Ballard definitely drafted better offensive lines in Colts
when Quentin Nelson comes back, do we wait till next year to put Reed at right guard, or do we put him there right away when Nelson comes back?
I say put him in there right now. Like either throw him right in there with Glow, or or hell, you even keep him at left guard, and then you just put Nelson at the left tackle spot. I would prefer not doing that because you just paid Fisher, and you want to still see what he can potentially do. He's still taking some time to get used to it.
Yeah,
but I would be totally fine with Chris Reed going at right guard right now. Totally. I mean, you definitely want to keep him. I mean, why would you want to get rid of a great offensive lineman like that?
Right.
Yeah, and a lot of and Fisher has struggled, right? We can say that he's struggled so far, but you feel like a season ago he was one of the best tackles in football. I'm willing to have more patience with him than I am a Glowinski right now, personally.
Right.
Because you know what you have in Glowinski. Fisher, you feel like he's not playing well, but he really could next week.
Yeah, and then don't forget, Fisher came back a lot earlier than expected because he got the new surgery. So if it wasn't for that new surgery, he probably wouldn't even be there right now. We probably have Tevy or someone else there, and I think Fisher's a whole lot better than that.
Yeah.
True. Oh yeah, for sure. He's a lot better in run blocking right now. I'll just say that.
Also, he is. Also, the number one wide receiver on the free agent market next year, Devontae Adams. And we know Devontae Adams has said his displeasure with the Green Bay Packers and how they've handled the Aaron Rodgers situation. Does he potentially want a new change of scenery? I would be okay with throwing the bag at a guy like Devontae Adams.
I think he looked good in the horseshoe with the horseshoe on his helmet.
But will it happen?
I love it.
Look. Hold on. Hold on.
I saw this on Twitter, and I'm like, dude, seriously?
Hold on. I know you're trolling. So I'm not going to give this any more of my attention right here because I know you're trolling and you're trying to get me out of here.
All right, there we go. It's off. It's out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks, Brandon. I appreciate it, but I'll stick with this one. This team's a team that can actually win the Big Ten Conference. Okay, so
Derek over there just laying down, really enjoying himself.
It's not my fault. You guys don't have a couch. Get upgraded.
Look, I have
I'm sitting on my couch right now.
I have a nice bed. That's
Nobody wants to see you lay in bed, bro.
Hey, I should bring the camera over here and just kind of do the whole Burt Reynolds, classic laying on the
like this.
bear rug or whatever.
That's why that Ohio State blanket is under you because it's not keeping you warm, right?
You want this? I'll do it. Hold on. No, y'all can just see Ohio State from this point on.
Good.
This is a team that actually wins. Unlike the rest of your teams.
We only lose like a game a year, okay? Look,
2, 3 actually.
Wait, Matt, who do you like? Who do you watch?
We've won like 11 games the last 3 years.
Who do you watch? College football.
Me? I watch Notre Dame Fighting Irish, the most hated team in America.
Because you guys don't play anybody and yet get love.
We don't play Division II teams like every other conference. Come on.
Because you're not in a conference. You got into one.
I'm sorry we don't play like.
Got into one.
I'm sorry we don't play like Army
in Cincinnati and get run out of your own stadium.
It was by like 4. It was 4. No, we don't play like Colston or the University of Ivy Tech like Alabama does or some of these other people.
Your team sucks, okay, Matt? That's all I'll say. Your team sucks.
We're consistently a top 10 team. We played, Division I Power 5 teams. Your defense
is good, but your quarterback is trash. Your offensive line can't protect them. And your running back is really good. I feel bad for him because he's getting smashed by Cincinnati's defensive line still.
I will give you the offensive line. But if our offensive line was like any other year, I guarantee you Jack Cohn would be much better. He just got hit so many times.
Jack Cohn stinks. The last thing he remembers, I don't even know. It's not.
Catch it.
He was getting 350 yards a game before just getting manhandled.
He stinks, bro.
And then we got Tyler Buckner.
The last thing he remembers is the time Josh Proctor came running in and almost took his helmet off in the Big Ten championship game. That's the last thing he remembers.
Look, I would rather have Drew Pine in there for sure because he can be mobile. I would rather have him because of mobility with how our offensive line is. But Jack Cohn is better at making decisions quick. Yeah, maybe with Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
And we got Tyler Buckner coming.
All right, yeah, whatever.
And we're about ready to
take your 2-loss team and get out of here.
We're about ready to steal LSU's quarterback, who's the number 1 rated player in the country.
All right, whatever. All right, well, let's go back into this for a second because there were 2 things that I wanted to talk about. Deshaun Jackson. What does everyone think about that?
Can't do it.
No, I don't know.
No,
I'll take Golden
come
Tate.
on. Paris Campbell got hurt. Deshaun Jackson is most likely to get hurt too. Come on.
I don't know. Look, if you can stay healthy, I mean, he's pretty decent.
If.
Yeah, if. But he's not too bad. He might work. But
Hey, I mean, I'm totally down.
Yeah.
I mean, you see what Deshaun Jackson's doing in with Stafford right now? I mean, he's getting open and he's making them catches, bro. I could only imagine seeing Carson Wentz throwing the ball 50 yards down the field and seeing Deshaun Jackson catching it. Ain't no one catching that man after that.
I mean, Carson Wentz did throw to him, didn't he? For a little while?
Yeah.
a little.
Yeah, a little bit, I think. Yeah, he did actually. The first couple seasons, Deshaun was still there. But so we talked about the offensive line, guys. Let's talk about a name we haven't talked about at all. Matt Pryor. Now, obviously, with Davenport now out of at right tackle and switching to Matt Pryor, the right side of the offensive line has done a lot better. Matt Pryor has actually been one of our better offensive linemen. Outside of Chris Reed, I think Matt Pryor has actually been our second best offensive lineman since being implemented into the starting role. JDW, what do you think about him so far?
I haven't really gotten to watch much tape, but I have heard he's done very good. You know, as long as Carson Wentz isn't, getting killed every play, every drive coming off that edge by Julian Davenport, Matt Pryor has been doing much better than that. So I'm all good for it. I'm all in for it.
Definitely. It's like I was a little conflicted when we first traded for him because I was like, it's depth. That's nice. But he's come from Philadelphia. The offensive line the previous year wasn't great. So it make me a little worried, but he's definitely stepped up and played well. So, I mean, I'm happy. I would honestly keep him at right tackle till, I guess Braden Smith is fully healthy, but that could be next year with what's going on. His thumb is still an issue.
It's weird.
Stop mentioning the thumb. Notre Dame would get destroyed by Bishop Sycamore.
No. Now that's a troll. Look, I'm sorry the last 6 years were like 49-5. Okay? In the last 6 years. Okay? We don't lose to Texas A&M.
Wait. Matt, I've went to one Notre Dame game in my life. Okay? One Notre Dame game. And I remember it was the year you guys were like number 4. It was like the first year you guys were actually in the playoff contention for everything. Yeah. I don't remember who you were playing, but you guys absolutely destroyed them in the second half and made it look easy. But I still love how everyone wants to give Notre Dame credit, but not give Ohio State any credit at the end of the day. So
I agree with that. Ohio State definitely should be getting credit. I mean, Oregon, we'll see. It's at the time it wasn't a bad loss. Now, their offense is playing not great. But no, I mean, Ohio State, look, I'm always going to give them credit. I'm not saying Ohio State's trash or anything, and I see an Alabama
than your team.
And look, we lost to a top 10 team this year.
And so did
we.
First 2 weeks into the season.
Were they number 10? Or I thought they were like 12 or something. Still, either way, both were good losses.
Who cares? They're 9th now. What do you mean?
I don't think Oregon is anymore.
Oregon's still in a top 10.
Are they?
Yeah, they're number 9 or 10 right now.
I thought they got knocked out after because they lost to Stanford and then.
Yeah, I know they lost to Stanford.
Maybe they're I don't know. But
the Ohio State lost to a better Oregon team at that time, and Ohio State was not ready yet.
Yeah, Oregon was a lot better at that point. They're 10.
Ohio State played them now. They beat them by 40. I'm just telling you that right now.
Yeah, I agree. Especially with how Oregon's offense is playing right now. Absolutely.
Iowa Hawkeyes could destroy Ohio State. Not with that offense, you're not. You guys would score 17. Yeah. You guys wouldn't score anything on us.
Yeah. Look, if Purdue could win by as much as they did, I don't know if you guys could beat anybody in the top 30. Like, I'm sorry. But and I saw somebody say Alabama on top, and I agree. Unless they're playing Texas A&M, then they're not on top in that situation. They're clearly 6 feet under in that situation.
All right.
Now,
so
you know what?
I gotta put some input in. and on here on this college stuff too. So first of all, my favorite team ain't that good. Arkansas. I'm used to.
Listen, okay.
It looked good for a while.
Listen, no. Listen. I was really happy for you guys when you got into the top 10. You know what? I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna say this, JDW. I'll be honest. I applaud Arkansas because you know why? They fooled me. And you know how they fooled me? They fooled me into thinking they were actually a top 10 team when they are actually so trash that ultimately they get shut out 2 weeks in a row. Now, granted, the first one was against the number one team in the country, and we all know Georgia is a really damn good team right now. So I almost don't even fault you guys for being that bad against Georgia. Yeah. But then to lose again the way you did last week.
Hey, that was a good game against Ole Miss.
Hey, listen, man. Ole Miss is not that great.
Technically, we beat A&M. A&M beat Alabama, so, I mean.
Yeah, play that rematch right now. Alabama's beating them by 40. Shut up.
Maybe.
All right, and then we all know I like Penn State as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you little snake, bro. I want to get you on the podcast Sunday afternoon after Ohio State absolutely demolishes freaking Penn State, dude. Freaking demolishes them.
Oh,
wait, Ohio State?
Yes.
Who's that?
What do you mean? The team that's higher ranked than you?
The second best team in Ohio.
The team that just produces busts in the NFL. I'm going to make Derek so mad by saying that.
Yeah. No. But no, are you going to the first Ohio State game of the year, Derek?
What? Oh, first Ohio State
for
game
next year?
For next year?
Yeah, Notre Dame, Ohio State.
Might.
I'm going with my uncle. My uncle's a big Ohio State guy.
Wait a minute. Who are they facing again?
They're facing the soon-to-be number one, who currently has the best class of 2022, Notre Dame Fighting Irish. It's either one or two. As far as recruiting, thanks to Marcus.
You guys are going to lose so bad.
We'll see.
You're going to lose so bad.
We'll see.
Oh, this isn't even a Colt stream anymore, fellas.
No, it's just a whatever.
It's just us talking trash to each other.
Yeah. No, I mean it's fine. We always start off red hot, so we'll be fine. We'll have Tyler Buckner or Drew Pine as our quarterback this time. So. And our offensive line, we're actually going to have a healthy offensive line instead of our fifth string left tackle in there.
And Arkansas is coming back next year.
Maybe. We'll see.
Oh, my
Unless they
God, it's funny.
No, that's fun. But no, in all seriousness, I don't know. I'm convinced Ohio State's getting in the playoffs this year.
If they win out. If they win out,
they'll win out.
Still not 100% confident that they'll win out.
I mean, they play Penn State this weekend, which maybe they'll
play. They play the other Indiana team. The Indiana team that everybody said that Ohio State needed to be afraid of.
Is that this weekend?
Yeah, that's this weekend. They play. They play the team that most people in this chat told me that I need to be afraid of, and. Yeah, and then we play Penn State in 2 weeks.
So. I don't know why people thought
I yet or no.
Wait, what?
Did you guys play Michigan State yet? Oh,
no. We haven't played. We played them the week before Michigan.
All right, so that's a loss right there too. Michigan.
Yeah, right. Which one? No. Yeah. Okay. So look, I'm more nervous about Michigan State than Penn State, and you know why? Because I know jack crap about Michigan State right now. I know everything there is to know about Penn State. Your defense is solid. Your offense is throw it to Dotson or Clifford's running on a screen on a halfback draw. That's all it is. There's nothing more to your team than that. Nothing.
All right.
Just saying. I'm gonna be so mad if we lose and then JDW is gonna be requesting Hey, my girl wants to know if you're sleeping, Cody, because she's asking if you're sleeping over
I'm just choosing to
He's getting there.
Top left guy. I do have a name. Thank you very much.
His name is Cody, Emily. I know you can't see it because our names are not up on the screen right now.
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
cut her some slack. All right, Cody. All right.
No.
Chill.
Hey, how about
Yes.
hitting 2K? That was nice to see.
What's that?
That was nice to see Culture Shock hitting 2K.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I know, right? About freaking time, man. I mean, I don't know how far Lawrence is right now. I think he's close to 2K. Does somebody want to look that up?
I'll look real quick.
Okay. Yeah, another Cody in here. You know how it is. Best name out there by far.
He's at 1.76 right now.
Yeah, I think he I mean, the thing is for him is he doesn't quite push YouTube the same way that the rest of us do.
Right.
You know, he does YouTube, but he just doesn't push it as much as like his Patreon and what he does with Blevin Colts. So, you know, I understand. I understand what it is.
Dude, isn't his co-host like DeQuell Jackson now? Or something?
Yeah, he works with DeQuell Jackson. He does an episode with him every week. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could only imagine. You can only imagine playing or doing a podcast with a former Colt. That would be.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the one thing he's got over all of us is that he's got a former Colt joining him every week.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I need to try to get Andrew Luck on to talk about his book club.
Yeah, right. But every Colts podcast is
Yeah.
trying to message his book club about getting him in.
Hey, you want to talk about the book club? We won't talk about the Indianapolis Colts at all. We swear.
Right. Of course not.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it. We won't mention
tags
it.
up now. We won't just take the. We took the.
Where
link.
are you guys? At? Matt and JW, where are you guys at on your YouTube? I haven't looked in a bit.
What's that?
Like subscriber wise, where are you guys? At?
I haven't been posting as much as I wanted to because I started work and then school started, so it's been really difficult for me to upload. But this week I started making schedules again.
Nice.
So right now I'm getting close to 400. I really want to, I was doing really good, around draft time, and I think I'm honestly gonna, start shifting towards like draft players and stuff because I absolutely love the draft. But I love all football, so I want to do it all. But it's so difficult to cover all 32 teams. I don't know. Yeah. I'm still figuring stuff out, but as Derek knew, y'all knew that I was really on a good push there, but it just stopped with work, school. It kind of sucks because I was heading for 1,000 subscribers for like the end of the year or playoffs, but
You just got to keep going, man. I mean, Cody, when I joined Cody, I mean, even we were only getting like 2-3 subscribers a week, and we were doing it a couple times a week. There's times when it's really slow when you first get started. You just gotta remind yourself to keep at it, and then it gets better as time goes along.
Yeah. I mean, there definitely was a time, I think it was that season, the 2019 season, when the Colts just started on that losing streak and, things at work, lost my job, all that stuff. It was just like, I think Derek and I talked to her, like, we stopped doing it for like a month. We're just like, do we really want to do this?
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's just the time where you just maybe if you need to take some time away, do it. But like, continue doing what you're
doing. Look at you now.
Yeah.
Look at you now. Freaking amazing. Yeah. I love your guys' story because, you got to go through the rough times to be where you are to get what you want. So much respect for you guys continuing doing it. And I see you guys working hard every day. There's only one thing I ask of you guys. If you guys ever get T.Y. Hilton on the show and you don't invite me on the show, we're going to have problems.
Oh, okay. You're just not going to talk to us anymore?
No.
Yeah.
Listen,
well, I'll try to remember.
That has been my dream my whole life. Just T.Y. If I had to eat another chip to get T.Y. on,
you'll do it.
It's not even.
You guys would have
to get players on, man. It's really hard to get players on. We've tried.
Like, you guys will get TY on, and then you run into JDW at a store or whatever, and be like, "Oh, hey, JDW," and he's like, "Huh, what's that?" It's the breeze and the wind. It's a little windy.
Dude, if I actually had TY on, like, I wouldn't be able to speak. Like,
just literally stare at him for 30 seconds and then it's gone and then he just leaves and you have nothing to show for it, but you got to actually be in the same space as TY. It's like my life is complete now.
Right. Yeah. That's what it was like for me when I went to Star Wars Celebration back in 2018. I was like 10 feet from George Lucas, and I was like shaking. It's like it was like, oh, it's George Lucas, and then there's Harrison Ford that just walks by. I can't even process what's going on right now.
Yeah,
it's just like that's how it was for me. So I know if like TY was like in the same chat room, I'd be kind of acting like the same thing. I went to the Houston Colts game when Peyton was hurt. It was that game where Reggie Wayne caught the game-winning touchdown that Dan Orlovsky threw. And then we happened to walk by where Reggie Wayne was walking to go be interviewed. And, it was like, yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
I met Sean Payton one time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you ask him why he stole the Super Bowl from us?
No, now that I think about it, I wish I had. But I was working the Super Bowl a few years ago, and it was the Eagles Patriots one, and I was directing foot traffic in the stadium, and then somebody comes up to me, and then he says, he asked me where his seats are, and then I take the tickets. I don't even look at who it is. I just looked straight at the tickets, and I'm just I look at it. It's like, oh, you just go down this way and right through those doors. Like, okay, thank you. I hand it to him. I look at him, and then I looked away, and then I did a double take. And the funny part is,
who's that?
The funny part is, he did a double take with me. We both looked back at each other at the same time. He gave me a smile because he knew that I knew who he was at that moment. I'm like, and then my friend across from me, he's like, wait a minute. Was that who I just thought it was? Like, yeah, that was freaking Sean Payton. I'm like, what the hell? It was like the funniest thing in the world. And the funny thing is, I have a friend who lives in Germany. He's a ginormous Saints fan. So when I told him that Sean Payton and I met, he said, yeah, I hate you now. So, that was funny.
Yeah.
I still remember in my hometown. I don't live there anymore, but it's a very small town. There was a movie being filmed that had Johnny Depp in it, Christian Bale. It was I can't remember what it was called, but it's based on a true story. And Johnny Depp went to the movie theater that was in town to go see a movie. I think there was a Pirates of the Caribbean movie playing at the time. I happened to go literally 30 minutes later to get, with my dad, get in line, get our tickets, and everybody, there's a whole bunch of people around, and we were like, what's going on? And the person's like, oh, Johnny Depp's here. And it was like, oh, great. If we would have came 30 minutes earlier, we would have met Johnny Depp, said hi to him, and then move on. And then I ended up working there a little while later. And, you go into the place to be interviewed, and there's a photo there of Johnny Depp at the theater. He signed it, everything. And it was like, oh, great. So I was literally 30 minutes from being around Johnny Depp.
Man,
it would have been great.
So I have one more thing. I have one more thing before you guys have any more stories. So we need to make bobbleheads. We need to make bobbleheads. Every time we're saying something, there's always 2 or 3 people or whoever just.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
I'd be down to make a bobblehead of me. That'd be pretty funny. That'd be pretty funny.
If you go to California, you can make those custom Funko Pops.
Amazing.
California is not the only place that makes bobbleheads. I mean, there's
you get the classic little Funko Pops, and you can have it where they put
I want a U2. Can I get one of those U2s that everybody gets, the big gamers? They get those U2s that everybody gets. I want one of those.
That'd be nice.
But yeah, dude, the one year, I went to the Colts and Eagles game a few years ago. It was a game where they took Andrew Luck out to put Jacoby in for the Hail Mary. Before the game, they're doing the warm-ups and everything, and Andrew Luck is like I was up up front, I was right in the field almost. And I'm trying to wave at
lost it.
Andrew Luck trying to wave at anyone. Looks over, he just puts his hand up, and I was like, was that to me or not? I was going crazy. It's just cool when someone like that acknowledges you. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So how is it at training camp this year? I heard that you guys couldn't really even talk to the players at all, or no, not talk, film or anything.
Yeah, we didn't really get to do much. I mean, with obviously access being restricted to mainly the local media or to national media, that kind of sucks. But Cody and I are hoping that maybe next year will be a little bit different of an exception.
Yeah, because in 2019 I was able to go, and the podcast was literally like not even 1,000 subscribers at that point, and I was able to go as part of the media. And so I'm hoping like now that we have a little bit more credibility within the Colts organization, hopefully that they'll actually, because we were able to go one day with a guy Keith, who we become friends with, and he's part of within the accounting part of the Colts organization. So hoping next year, we're able to really get in there and actually be able to do it more often. I think that'd be pretty sweet because we've been able to be a part of a few media availabilities, stuff like that. That's been awesome. Honestly, that's been really cool. So
yeah,
shout out
pretty
to the
cool.
Colts for doing that.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Next year I plan on trying to go to a training camp, and I would love to meet you guys.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Are you gonna go to a Colts game at all this year?
No, but I think I'm gonna go to a Dolphins and Jets game with my dad.
All right, there you go.
All right, cool. Let's say, are you wanting to go to a Colts game? Because if you are, I don't know. I think we might have tickets available for one of those games. We might be able to do. We might be able to do that. I will just have to see, and we'll have to figure it out. But
yeah, I'd love to, but I probably won't this season because work and then school and stuff. It's my last year of school, so I really want to.
Yeah, we're going in 2 weeks from Thursday. Derek and I are going down for the Jets game, so that's gonna be a fun one. Yeah.
Oh heck yeah, man! I got us a hotel over there that's like a half mile from the stadium. Extremely cheap too for how close it is. So that's pretty good, and we'll get some food and meet up with some people. Hopefully, we can get a good crowd, and hopefully we can get some people to hang out with us because we definitely want to do that. And hopefully they win because if we do, then Cody and I are drinking afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
Cody, don't let me forget, man. I got to bring you your drinking glass from.
Oh boy.
I got to get you a drinking glass. So
okay, there's kind of a little story that I just thought of right now. So I don't think Baker Mayfield is going to play on Thursday night, and Case Keenum is the backup. So Case Keenum is going to Denver, who just played in Denver. I think that's going to be a fun game to watch with Case Keenum going back.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and the movie that was filmed in my hometown, it was brought up in the comments. Public Enemies. That's what it's called.
Oh, gotcha.
That was the movie. But,
Man, yeah.
No, we needed one of these streams just where we just go out.
I mean, this is a lot longer than I thought it would be. I mean, it started out exactly the way that I anticipated it. We had a really good turnout. Had a lot of good people in here talking with us, so that was great. So yeah, I mean, it actually turned out pretty good. Matt, you and I had a decent turnout, but I think that Cody and I actually had even more people join in for this one. So
you know what?
There are a lot of people that really wanted to join in there right when everybody else got in. I don't know what it is. I think it was JDW's fault because when JDW came in, everyone and their mother decided they wanted to come in here and start talking with us. So JDW, I appreciate you on that, but yeah, I think that's going to do it for this one, guys. Talking now for about 2 hours. So it was a good stream. It was a good, relaxed stream. And
one more thing. Did you hear the dogs bark?
No.
All right.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Because the last time you and I tried that, bro,
I felt so bad.
No, I don't feel bad, bro. It's not a big deal. But yeah.
I did get a new mic, but I didn't get headphones. So when I plug my mic in, I can't hear anything. So I was gonna use it for this stream. It'd be a nice time, but I don't have headphones. I wouldn't have been able to hear. But
yeah, this was good, man.
Oh yeah,
yeah, was it?
It's good to finally have Cody back on the podcast a little bit more now because I think my true personality is starting to come out even more now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, be aware, RB's about ready to upload a rant.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
I think it's about Ben Simmons.
What do you think? Should we all just stay on and watch RB rant at the same time?
That'd be fun.
I feel like we should.
Share your screen, Derek, and put it on.
I will. I'll share it. I'll do that right now. I'm gonna find it. Where'd you see that, Matt?
I saw he posted on Twitter. He said, "Are you guys ready for the rant I'm about ready to upload?" I was like, oh boy, here we go.
I hope it's I hope it's within the next 5 minutes. If it uploads at 7, that would be great.
That would be nice. Yeah.
So I have a question for you guys. So, are there any
Twitter
suggestions that you guys have for my background?
I mean, I love the fact that it is a Colts background.
Yeah.
So that's an important thing. That's a plus. My personal opinion, lower your camera. That would probably be me. I mean, obviously, maybe even just something like that. I mean, I'd like to, being able to see your shoulders certainly helps. Instead, you'd be like Nick Merckx, just down here, with the camera pointing up here and then his forehead showing. It's just this, just nothing but this. So it's better having having your shoulders and everything up. So
all right,
true,
sounds good.
Very true, and we're no experts by any stretch, so
maybe make it a little bit brighter if you can. I mean, it sets your background sets a tone for what you want your podcast to be. So.
Awesome. Ring lights are where it's at.
I have so many different colors on these. I have blue. I don't know the mood mode. It's
oh yeah, you got the different lightings. Oh, that's pretty cool.
My background is.
Oh, that's really freaking cool.
Yeah.
I mean, just do that whenever something cool happens on your streams. That's exactly what you want to do.
So if the Colts win in the playoffs or whatever, just have that and do a party video.
Yes.
Yeah. I just don't want to give anyone a seizure.
Right. Just put a little warning. Say, hey, we got flashing lights in this video. Just FYI.
Right.
I don't know when RB is uploading this, but
I don't know.
I'm gonna text him. I'm gonna ask him when's that video coming up?
Because he put that tweet out 26 minutes ago.
Okay.
So I'm assuming it should be any minute now.
Do you all see that Carson Wentz was PFF's Offensive Player of the Week?
I did see that. That's
really
awesome.
I mean, again, his stats. I mean, say what you want to say about him. They have been really, really freaking good. I mean,
you know what I absolutely love though? Throughout the end of the season, we kind of expected the Colts roster, the Colts team to elevate him. And he has kind of come in here with all these injuries, and he's really
talk about my girl says talk about the Steelers. The Steelers are terrible. They're worse than the towels they win.
And then Carson Wentz, him really being the one that's proven a lot of people wrong. He has honestly proven me wrong. I did not expect him to come in and really be able to lift the team this much, and he has. It has been really nice to see. So when we get healthy and he's still playing like this, that'd be a nice team. That'd be fun to watch.
Hello, Cody and Derek. I saw you on TV on Sunday afternoon at the Colts game.
Huh.
I heard. Cody said that somebody saw me on TV. I would love to see a picture of that because that would have been funny.
Yeah. I didn't notice when I was watching, but
all right. Here's a question for y'all. You guys honestly think the Colts will catch the Titans for the AFC South? I'm a huge Colts fan, but I'm having early season concerns. Past 3 games haven't been bad, but with our schedule, I don't know.
I think they can. They'd say they're only down 2 games still. I mean, if the Titans lose to Kansas City, which is possible. I mean, Kansas City doesn't have a good defense, but their offense can still get the ball moving.
Dude, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. Those are the kind of games that we want the Titans to lose that the Titans are expected to lose, they win. But the games, they're expected to win, they lose.
I came to the conclusion I gotta say, hey, rooting for the Titans today, because every time I say, hey, I'm rooting for the other team, the Titans end up winning. So
my number one thing is I just want to take care of our business. I don't want to have to be relying on other teams to get in at the end of the year. There's just nothing worse. Nothing worse. Last game of the year, and you're hoping for this team to pull out the win. If they don't win, the Colts will make it. I just want to take care of our own business.
Come on, RB. Where's that freaking thing at?
That's why I'm frustrated. That's why I'm frustrated with the Colts right now.
Hey, Matt, check that tweet from RB just to make sure when he uploaded it. When did you say he uploaded that tweet?
At 6:31.
Okay. Sounds good. I didn't know because I know he had a rant video this last night, so didn't know if it was the same one that I was thinking of. He's been killing it with his Sixers content though, man.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
his Sixers content is insane.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why I'm so frustrated with the team right now, because they very easily could be 4-2 right now. You know?
Yeah, very easily.
Definitely.
Honestly, could even be better. I mean, like, you know, and that's the thing too. Like, everyone's saying, like, when do we give up on this team? Like, that's the crazy thing. There has not been a game yet this year where we have not been in that game.
Right.
Other than the last 6 minutes of the Seattle game, there was not a moment in time when the Colts could not have won that game at this point during the year. They had every chance everywhere. They just couldn't do it. And, you know, that's unfortunate, because you know just how good this team can be, but yet they just aren't quite doing it.
And I think that's why, like, I'm so frustrated that we are so frustrated, because if this team wasn't meant to go anywhere this year, I think we would have been, oh, okay, whatever, you know? But we have all the talent. We have the pieces in place. It's just, when are they going to come together? When are they going to play like it? You know, it's the little things that have gotten us, obviously. And those little things add up versus the big games, versus the big teams. And that's what catches you.
Right.
Yeah, that's been my biggest thing.
1 second, Cody. I'm sorry, but RB did say he's about to do it in a couple minutes.
Okay.
So,
Well, that's concerning to me about Frank Reich is, like, the Colts a lot of times have struggled against, like, playoff teams. And I'm just kind of like, I don't know how much I like that, you know? Like, they beat some teams for sure, but they struggled. Like last year.
Could have beaten the Ravens.
There was a couple teams they beat, but, like, a lot of the teams that were good that they played last year, they fell to. So,
and we shot ourselves in the foot most of the time. You know, we were there. But it's us beating us.
And even that Green Bay game, like, that shouldn't have gone to overtime. We should have won that in regular time. We just really do stupid situational things. And at the end of the day, that's why I'm so frustrated with Reich, is just because I'm like, it comes back to the head coach. It has to, you know?
Right.
I think he's been really good at play calling the last couple of weeks, but, like,
I know. It's like, why? Where was that? Where was that the first 3 weeks? Like, why? Like, the weeks 4, 5, and 6, you called practically a perfect game plan. Like, I've almost completely forgotten about it at this point. Like, it's not even been a question on my mind. It's just like, why did it take so long? Why? Why did it take so long? So it makes me wonder, again, it might have been more on the execution of the team versus Frank Reich. Obviously, Frank Reich made a couple bad play calls here and there. We all acknowledge it. But I think, again, it comes down to the fact that I think it was the execution of the team not doing what it needed to do. That's why I'm wondering, like, did it really change that much from weeks 1 and 3 to 4 and 6? Like, obviously, it changes a little bit, but it doesn't change this much. Right. I mean, we're seeing it.
That's my frustration. It's not with the play calling necessarily. It's the fact that the team, for whatever reason, the start of the season, they just didn't look prepared at all. They didn't look ready to roll. They weren't executing. And if you're not executing, you can only blame the players so much, you know? At the end of the day, if your head coach and your coaching staff is not getting your team prepared, I mean, and that's kind of where I'm at with it right now.
Yeah, you know, we were very fortunate in the beginning of the season that we played 2 NFC teams, and they weren't like, you know, teams that we were going to have to play to, you know, have to go up against for seedings and, you know, and all that. We were very fortunate of that. But then, you know, the Titans game was whatever. You know, Carson Wentz was hurt. That was a rough game. We did have a lot of injuries that game. So, you know, that game I was kind of okay with. Even though, you know, you still want to beat a division rival. But at the end of the day, we got really fortunate with the NFC teams that we lost to instead of losing to AFC teams.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Totally. We're going to win one of those big games that a lot of people don't think we're going to win. And I'll say now, I think that game's going to be Tampa Bay. I think that's the game.
I think it's up. Hold up. I think it's up. I think it's up. Hold on. Let me share my screen. I'm going to share it.
All right. So Matt already answered it, but out of the 2 games, do you guys think that we knock out Buffalo or Tampa Bay?
It says it was uploaded. I just haven't quite seen it. I think Buffalo is the harder one for us right now. I've been seeing from what I've seen from Tampa. I mean,
they're a good football team, but
they're good. They're still really good, but they have had some times where they haven't been great.
Yeah.
For me, it's
Same.
Buffalo because they got exposed last night. Like you can run the ball on them now.
What the heck?
Yeah.
It says
Buffalo.
it's up, but it's not showing yet.
Oh, well.
Hold on. Hold on. Here we go.
Let's go to.
Okay, here we go.
Today at Sixers
All
practice.
right, after this, I'm gonna have to hop.
Yeah, I think we'll end it after this.
And most of all,
Okay, hold on. All right, let's listen, boys.
All right.
what transpired today at Sixers practice was utterly disgraceful. It was an embarrassment, and most of all, it was a knock to every player on that squad who goes to war every night. It was a knock to every great that has ever put on that Sixers jersey, and most of all, it was a slap in the face to every person in that organization and every fan in the city of Philadelphia. I'm not holding back anymore. I'm about to absolutely go off over the next 10 to 15 minutes. I've had this bottled up all day, and if you can't handle it, I understand. But I am ready to let loose. Let's go.
Here we go. Let's go,
Alrighty.
boys. I can't wait to see my boy RB.
We don't even need an intro for this one, man. We do not need an intro. Let's just get right into it. First and foremost, I'm just so embarrassed. Okay, 2-5 is a pathetic loser. He's a coward. I'm trying to tell you guys this. And you know what? I'm not even the type of
Shit. Okay. Already. Shots fired already. Man, it didn't even take more than a minute. Okay. All right. Let's keep going.
person to go out.
Can you turn up your volume, Derek?
I can't really turn it up much more than this. I mean, this is as high as it goes on my computer screen. So this is about as loud as it gets. You just have to do it with what as you can.
A person to try to handle my work in this type of manner. But you know what? Some things allow it to deviate, and I'm sorry. I understand the Sixers media members, and they're rolling. I know they're very displeased, but they can't say certain things. So maybe I just have to bite the bullet. But I'm going to just speak the truth how I always see it. I'm just going to let loose. And you know what? For all the people, especially over the last couple pieces of content that I put out, especially the piece yesterday, trying to come at me, telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm over analyzing. I'm taking things out of.
Who's coming after RB? RB, I know you're watching my stream here, dude. If you tell me, text me who's that that came after you. I want to know. All right.
Context. And I'm just, coming at a guy for no reason. No. I use my eyes. I see what I see. It's not always correct. I can admit that. But honestly, those people, we won't even see them today. We won't even see them today. But you should be down below dropping an apology because I was right. I was. I'm really not that guy to pump out my chest. But I'm sorry. I have to. I am absolutely just disgusted with what happened today. It really, it made me sick to my stomach. It gave me a dirty taste in my mouth. And shout out to some of the 2-5 stands who I actually follow and talk with on Twitter that can actually hold a conversation, can keep it real. Even those people came over to the good side today. Even those people put out tweets saying this guy had every chance to repair some things partially today and did not do it. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. So you know what? Let's just go. Today at Sixers practice, 2-5 was kicked out. This man was kicked out of practice for not being engaged. This was the first thing that came out, according to sources. And then a follow-up from Shams, which, by the way, I don't know if it's exactly true, but multiple sources have confirmed this. Doc Rivers asked 2-5 to join a defensive drill. Oh, and by the way, yeah, I'm going to keep calling him 2-5. Why? Because he does not deserve to be recognized in this city. And, by the way, for all the people that are okay with this, if I see even one person, like you can support the guy and like his game and all, if you can't come out here and say that this was wrong today, I'm sorry. I don't mean to take personal shots, but you represent this too. You represent laziness and just disgust. And your morals are aligned with. I'm sorry. If you are okay and you saw what happened today, you're okay with it, I'm sorry. You're right in that boat too.
Okay. All right. We still got 10 minutes of this thing, and he is already calling out everyone else who says, hey, Cody, remember how you tell me not to engage with my chat and saying that don't interact with these people and call them out? Well, RB, I don't think took your advice. So, let's keep going.
The video. It's fine.
Doc asked 2-5 to do a defensive drill. He refused. Doc asked him again. He said no again. Doc told him pretty much that he was being a distraction, told him to go home, he dropped the ball and left. Now, for all the people yesterday that, oh, well, you're taking it out of context. Well, people are always in the back of huddles during drill. No, they're not. Not that way. He was dribbling the ball, turned around, putting his arms over his head. He did not care, and it was absolutely embarrassing. I just go off what I see. I saw the signs. I saw this coming from yesterday. And for it to happen like this today is just insane. As a follow-up, 2-5 was suspended by the Sixers for one game for conduct detrimental to the team. He will miss the game tomorrow to open up the season against NOLA. By the way, NBA season starts today. What a beautiful start, right? Woohoo! NBA start to the season. Not for Sixers fans. And when this happened earlier today, I was so hot. I was steaming. And you know what the first thing I thought of was? It was this. Andrew Bynum 2.0. Remember when Andrew Bynum got kicked over the pads because he was, launching balls at practice, didn't care. I mean, this is mind-blowing to me. This is absurd. We are comparing 2-5 in the same sentence as Andrew Bynum. The antics at practice, getting kicked out. Andrew Bynum never even played a game for the Sixers, and 2-5 will never play another one. I'm just so... This is insane, man. This is insane. Doc says, I thought he was a distraction today. I told him, you should leave. Congratulations to Doc. Jay Billis put it perfectly, and this is exactly what I've been saying in a nutshell over the last couple weeks. 2-5 has been unprofessional, to put it mildly. Oddly, his behavior has hurt his trade value and his reputation, and it has made him far more difficult to move for any fair value, something he claims to want. Exactly. Say it for the ones in the back. This makes no sense. What did I tell you? I called it exactly how it would happen. I was right. Tiptoe in the guidelines. Come back, don't talk to anybody. I even bought into it the last couple of days. I said, I even said myself that I would give this guy some respect if he at least took partial accountability. And he does the opposite. Doesn't talk to anybody. Acts like a complete loser. That's what he is. That's what he is. He came back for that check and that check only, and it doesn't make sense. Like, if you don't like your job, if you don't like your coworker, do you go to work and just not log on to your computer? Do you just sit back in your chair and mind your own business till the boss fires you? Like, this is insane. Don't you? 2-5 wants to go to another team. He wants to earn the rest of that contract. It doesn't make sense. Like, this guy is performing with the behavior of a sixth grader. I forget that this is the NBA. Is this a professional team? What is this guy doing? There's something wrong with him. He doesn't deserve a dime. He doesn't deserve a dime, and this was the best part of my day, actually, because it's been turned sour over this. But according to Woj, ESPN sources say that the Sixers have fined 2-5 $1.4 million for his absence from the preseason games and have levied numerous team fines for missed practices, on-court workouts, and meetings. He has not earned any money since returning to the team on October 11th. I wouldn't give him a damn dime. He doesn't deserve anything.
Dang.
And you know what? This whole situation is sad because at this point, I'm sad to break it to you, but the Sixers are screwed, okay? They should compensate us a few first-round picks for this crap that we have to deal with. We'll talk about Adam Silver in a second, but this is insane. We're not going to get anything back for this guy. He has completely plummeted his value. He doesn't care. He just wants his money. And I hope Josh Harris, I would even be okay with keeping the guy and not giving him a dime rather than sending him where he wants to go and allowing him to earn his contract. That's how petty this has got. Look, I know I'm speaking with fan anger right now. Overall, I know something's going to happen, but I'm sorry. The way this is played out is absolutely insane. This guy thinks he's so egotistical. He thinks he's on top of the world. He thinks he can do anything he wants. And I told you when I saw that damn video yesterday, his arms were at his side, lazy sweatpants, not trying, no interest. Freaking loser. That's what he is.
He's so angry, bro.
But when it comes to Doc Rivers, after he pretty much, even though he kicked him out, I'll give him credit for that. He pretty much said, we're going to try to get him back. I don't even talk about Doc because that's pointless, okay? I know exactly what he's going to say. until 2-5 is moved. That's what I guess he has to do as the coach. And I understand the process before. He was trying to at least work this up. And we thought as just men and women, we thought that 2-5 would have some type of dignity to just come out and say, you know what, at least if he didn't even believe it, just say, I'm going to work on my game, this, and that. And then when you get moved, say whatever you want, right? Trash the team. Why not? He couldn't even do that. This guy has no balls. And you know what? Heart check. Here's a hot take for you. I don't think this guy's going to ever play again. I think it's gotten to this point. He doesn't care about basketball. He doesn't. He does not care about basketball. He just wanted that check, got it. He doesn't care if he goes to another team. That's how I'm seeing it. I'm sorry, because this is absolutely idiotic. I don't think he likes basketball. And I don't think he cares if he ever plays again. Joel Embiid comments on the matter as well. He said, at this point, I don't care about that man. He does what he wants. I watched the whole clip. I'm not sure if he was saying it like that, but I think he was. I think Joel's hit his...
I'm going to chime in on this. I don't think he actually was. I think he just meant, I don't really care about the situation. He does what he wants. I'm not... that's not my business. My business is playing for Philly. But either way, RB's about to get into it, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Breaking point. He's been throwing these subtle shots. He's disgusted out of his mind. And you know what? Joel Embiid's the guy I feel bad for. Like, my stomach was turning today because it was just – it just sank. It just sunk in for me. The fact that this man may not be able to compete for a chip now in Philadelphia. He just signed an extension. He's been so loyal and committed. And you know, we've given him this crap. This is crazy, man. And today he hit his breaking point. He doesn't care. And apparently, according to Joel Embiid, since 2-5 returned, and another thing I knew, always trust your gut instinct. Go with your gut. How many times have I said this? I had a feeling he would come back and not talk to anybody. The way he came back, he has, according to Joel Embiid, 2-5 hasn't said a word to anybody since he got back. He's just been doing his own thing. What a freaking bum. What a loser. Embiid says he's not here to babysit. At the end of the day, our job is not to babysit somebody. The fact that it's gotten to this is crazy. And I'll end it off with this. A report from Woj comes out. The Sixers' approach has remained steadfast. They won't move Simmons for role players. They want to star. There's no going back at this point. I'm sorry. We are in a terrible situation. We put the ball in 2-5's court, and he came back partially, and he acted like a coward. He will not play for the Sixers. I'll tell you that right now. I don't even know if he'll come back. Daddy Doc yelled at him. I don't even think he's coming back. You want to act like a loser, fine. We have guys here that are committed. They're playing together. When I see how they have progressed this offseason, and they'll give effort every night. That's all we want. But we're not going to stand for this. And all 2-5 has been been a blob of toxicity within that locker room. The fact he doesn't have the balls to say a word to anybody, and the day he wants to come out, and we thought they were going to have a press conference. It was literally scheduled. And he gets sent home. Ridiculous. Daryl Morey, live clip of him. Daryl having fun, right? Having fun, sitting outside the plane. Hey, you know, you won't even give me this, and this at this point. Brogdon's off the table, right? Here's another thing from today. Damian Lillard, I'm not leaving Portland. Adversity's going to hit. There's going to be tough times. So if it starts off rocky, it starts out as a struggle. I won't be happy, but I'm not going to jump ship. Dame's off the table. Brogdon signed an extension. He's off the table. Who knows about Bradley Beal? We're not getting anything for 2-5. He has absolutely plummeted his value. He didn't even have just the wherewithal, just even the sense to try to come out and play good for a couple games and get his wish, and we get what we need. This is insane. This is really insane, man. I'm sorry. Adam Silver was asked about the 2-5 situation on the new show today. Malika Andrews asked Adam Silver, and he said, there's a reason we have contracts. He talked down the whole thing, you know, talking about, you know, this is crazy how he wants out and they just signed a contract. I mean, this is the laughing stock of the NBA. The Sixers are the laughing stock because of a man, and do not get it twisted. I don't want to hear one damn word about Sixers fans. This is about that coward who refuses to get better on his game won't hit a free throw, and most of all, has shined a dim light on the city of Philadelphia because of the way he's handled things. If he came back, acted like a man, got out of his 10-year-old shell.
Whoops. I can't hear it anymore.
I think when Derek muted himself, it muted the video.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, boys. I didn't know. I forgot about that.
Are you good?
There is great chemistry in that locker room, but I don't even think 2-5 can come out on the bench. After what happened today, he may get pelted with question after question after comment. Especially, imagine him sitting on the bench. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I just had nothing left to say. And you know what? You got your wish, Stans. The one thing you did get is your wish today. I am vowing to not talk about this man again. The season starts tomorrow. I'm ready to be positive on a good note. I'm ready to talk about this team. And I think
But RB, think of the views.
Yeah.
Speaks himself or makes more commotion with some terrible antics or something, which I don't think he will. I don't think he'll talk. I don't think he'll come back. I'm done with it. I'm not talking about it, and I hope you guys respect that unless some big news comes out. That's all I got, man. Let me know your thoughts down below. Appreciate you.
Okay.
All righty.
Well, RB, man, listen,
Wow.
man, I know we obviously are not Philly podcasters and we really don't care about Ben Simmons or that part of the team altogether, but man, I feel for you, dude. I do. I feel for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this isn't exactly the same thing, but but Cody and I, and I'm sure these two can also relate. Didn't have a podcast at the time, but you know, when Andrew Luck walked away, I'm sure we all felt some kind of abandonment there. And you're right, like, you know, to have a player give up on your team for no reason whatsoever. I mean, not like Luck did that, but we all know it was for a different reason. But hey, my guy,
he's there.
Be in here, goats. I appreciate y'all. Hey, what's up, RB? Man, we had to catch it. We had to see the raw emotion there. So we appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
But yep, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Finally done with the live stream. 2 hours and 30 minutes almost. Great stream. Glad to have these guys in here. The great chill stream. Glad to have everyone in. Let us know what your thoughts are on this team going forward. Hopefully, Colts have another win coming Sunday night. Thank you guys again so much for the support. And as always, go Colts.
Go Colts.